Bumgarner, representing Broken Bow at 285, came out, was unopposed at 285 pounds, so he got the win by walkover at 285. We just went to 106, and Chauncey Watson of Broken Bow got the win by fall over Ethan Bohr of Valentine. So that brings us to 113 pounds, and that allows us now to bring in Kirk Crawley, and we'll kind of get into the flow of things now, Kirk. Welcome aboard. Great to have you along. Good to have you calling tonight's action. And I think maybe the first thing that we should talk about as we get ready for the match here at 113 is when you look at Valentine and Broken Bow, both of these teams, well, they're not coming here with their full roster. They got some guys out on both sides of things, and we're just going to kind of have to see who comes out and represents what team at what weight class here tonight.
That's exactly right, Brent. We were expecting to see some really good matchups here through these duels, and I think we'll still see some good matchups, but they may not be the matchups that we had expected to see just a day or so ago as kids' illness here and different reasons kids are out of the lineup. But this match right here with William Springer of Valentine, he comes in here 16-1. He was a runner-up last year in North Dakota. So quality wrestler there, and Wilson Susselzin of Broken Bow. He comes in with the 16-6 record, the junior for the Indians. State qualifier right now. Wilson comes in, drops in on an ankle, tries to get a head heel, but you can see Springer's quickness comes around, counters it, and we end up out of bounds. So you see two guys here at 113 pounds that are definitely quality kids and a lot of quickness on the mat right now. So Broken Bow with that 12-0 lead here with, as Brent said, Sawyer Bumgarner got things started off picking up the forfeit, and then Chauncey Watson picking up the fall. So this match between two really good quality quick guys at 113. No score in the bout right now. There's a low shot by William Springer, not able to get it. Wrestler's right in the middle of the mat. If you're not seeing this on the video, if you are seeing this on the video, you'll just have to bear with me because I'll call it like people that are just listening to it radio world. Right now, wrestler's tied up ear to ear. There's a nice little duck under. Wow, nice level change by Springer. There's his two, has scored. He's got two takedown. Oh, good job by Wilson. He walks out of that, gets his escape, and we have a 2-1 score. Two takedown Springer, one escape. Wilson Susselzin. 30 seconds to go here in this period. Wrestlers break apart right in the middle of the mat. In with a couple fake shots there. He comes in with a straight-on double. Gets his head stuck underneath, though, and Springer right now trying to cover the head, but Wilson coming around the side. He's able to get a little bit of a tip. Springer trying to tip the hips now. Drops down on the ankles and trying to come around the corner. He's got the ankle of Springer. We'll see if he can pop his head and get his two, and he does. With 2 seconds to go at the end of that period, Wilson Susselzin of Broken Bow with an coming around the corner, able to pop his head, get his 2-point takedown, and his two plus the escape give him a 3-2 lead. So it looks like Springer, William Springer, 16-1 for Valentine. He's going to go down. Gets himself set. Mr. Favinger asks Wilson to get aboard, and he does, and here we go. Second period, Zinn with the 3-2 lead. Springer pods up. Wilson just cuts him loose. So we're all knotted up at 3 apiece. Minute 50 to go here in the second period. You can see Springer controlling the elbow with his left hand. He hit a pretty nice duck under in this position earlier. Wilson right now aware of that. Breaks free. Wrestlers again wrestling right in the middle of the mat. 3-3 score, 30 seconds into the second period. There's a low shot again by Springer. Really good on his level changes. Trying to come up between the legs. Wilson trying to tie things up, not able to do so. And there you see Springer immediately laces in that left leg, gets a crossbody ride. He's got his two. He has a 5-3 lead, launches the hips over. Wilson trying not to expose his back here. Springer doing a good job, though, of turning the hips with his legs. Wilson trying to square up underneath. Wilson flattened out on the mat. Now he's got his hips up. Springer, though, you can see he's comfortable with that crossbody ride. He's got that left leg laced in there. Launches across, flattens out, is in. 40 seconds to go here in the second period. It's 5-3 lead for William Springer. Valentine looking for their first opportunity to get on the team score here. Springer now with that kind of that soft leg, and you hear the coaching staff asking him to get that leg back in there, and he gets it laced back in. A lot of pressure on top there. Wilson tries to get his hips up, can't get his ears up off the mat. Springer with a lot of force out over his nose. There, Wilson gets his hips up. There comes the launch by Springer, though, and now he's trying to bring him on across, get the back exposed. Down to about 5 seconds to go here in this period. It's a 5-3 lead for Valentine's William Springer. And there's the end of the second period. So Wilson Sussel's in. He's going to look over. Everybody decides it's neutral. So Wilson takes a neutral position, trying to get his second takedown here of this match to tie things up. Couple feint shots there. Wilson now ties up with the right hand on the collar tie. There's that duck under again by Springer. And there's your 2-point takedown. Really nice job with that duck under. You got to be careful about putting a little pressure on his head. He just changes his level, pops up underneath. Pretty smooth. So it's a 7-3 lead now for William Springer of Valentine. And you can see again, he hasn't got the crossbody in, but he's got the legs and he's up high on the body. And if Wilson gets his hips up, he'll dig in a leg. Springer now trying to work on that arm, trying to bring it back. Mr. Fabinger is going to stop things. We'll see here what the call is. Looks like an illegal hold. 1 point is going to go to Zinn. So apparently things got up past 90. So it's 7-4 now with about a minute to go in the match. And there, Springer finally gets the hips turned, cracks the head, scores 2-point near fall. Score is now 9-4. 9-4 in favor of William Springer of Valentine. Under a minute now. And you can see Springer just awfully tough on top. He's got the right leg laced in now. Working on a far side half, and he's really going to town there. He keeps the pressure in the back. And Wilson's doing a good job of fighting this, but right now Springer's just too tough on top. Pushing the head away. There's the count by the official. Springer scoring back points here. Wilson's trying to come on through it, and he's able to. If he can come out the back door, he does. So there's 3 near fall for Springer. 2-point reversal for Wilson. So our score now is 12-6. 12-6 is your score in favor of Springer. Wilson Sussel's in, a broken bow on top. We're down under 10 seconds. Springer trying to turn out, and he does. He gets the escape. 13-6 is the lead for Springer. There's kind of a wild shot by Wilson, but he understands where he's at on the match. He's just trying to score at the end. And as we go out of bounds, the period ends, the match ends, and your winner by decision will be Valentine's William Springer.
So that gets Valentine on the scoreboard as far as the duel is concerned. He wins by the 12-6 decision, so that'll be 3 points for Valentine. If you're just tuning in, the duel started at 285 pounds, where Sawyer Bumgarner was unopposed for Broken Bow, so he got the 6 points there. Then Chauncey Watson, having a great year for Broken Bow, wrestling at 106 pounds, remained undefeated as he defeated Ethan Boer by fall just 17 seconds into the match. And now Broken Bow comes out at the next weight class, gets a walkover there, so Broken Bow builds their lead in the duel. And again, Kirk, that gives us an opportunity to visit as, again, Broken Bow is going to bring another wrestler out, pick up another win by forfeit. And as we call these forfeits out, again, it brings us back to the way we opened the broadcast, and that is Valentine and even Broken Bow, too, coming here with not their full complement of wrestlers. Both teams just, for various reasons, whether it be health issues or whatever, not able to bring some of the guys that we may be expected to see tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it's too bad because there were some really good matches that we could see on paper anyway, that how that matchup was going to go. And, we come up through 20, 26, and 32, and there's no matches at any of those weights. Because of Valentine not having guys or Broken Bow not having guys. So we've suddenly jumped up to 138 pounds here. I believe this is Cody Miller wrestling for Valentine. And I'm trying to see here. Cody Miller, yeah, Marion McFarland, a broken bow. The junior out on the mat right now. And Miller coming in here with a 15-6 record. He's a tough cookie. He's had a good season and a quality wrestler for the Badgers. And he's jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead. Amarian McFarland, not quite as an experienced a wrestler, but Amarian's really made some great leaps and bounds in his wrestling. And he's represented Broken Bow well, wrestling at the district last year at 120 pounds, getting a match away from qualifying. So it's his, you got to, as a coach, you got to kind of look at these kind of opportunities for some of your other kids. It's their chance maybe to get out on the mat and see what they can do. But right now you can just see Miller, just his strength and skill level taking over there as he's able to secure the fall over Amaria McFarland, and Valentine picks up 6 more there.
So Miller gets the win by fall at 138 pounds. Let's go back and let you know who came out on the mat and represented Broken Bow in some of the forfeits that we had earlier at 120. You had William Moniger of Broken Bow winning by forfeit. Braylon Rynearson of Broken Bow came out and won by forfeit at 126. And then Trey Holbert got the win by forfeit at 132 pounds.
And here we are at 145 pounds. Broken Bow's representative, Dakota Baum. Valentine Wrestlers has come out, scored a quick 2-point takedown. And again, in some of these matches, because of the people out of the lineup, you're going to see some kids of less experience wrestling, some guys that are used to being out there. Connor Fowler, of the senior for Valentine Wrestling right now for the Badgers. Fowler has the 2-0 lead on the takedown. Right now, Dakota Baum flattened out underneath. Dakota's going to have to try to work himself up and get into a position where he can score and then get that chest up off the mat. This guy's hands out front, and there he does a good job. Dakota gets his hips up. And you can see the Fowler right there with the crossface. He's looking to try to possibly work into a cradle. Baum gets himself squared up underneath. He's got his table set. We'll see if he's able to score underneath. Fowler working on wrist control right now. Baum crawling forward, trying to get those hips out, trying to sit out, but we go out of bounds. So we'll come back in. Dakota Baum, the sophomore for the Indians, taking his bottom position here, trailing 2-0, about halfway through. Oh, and it looks like Fowler's going to go ahead and cut him loose, give him his 1 for the escape. So 1 for Baum. Fowler's going to try to get his takedown. And there you see work that front head, snap it down, comes into the near side cradle, steps on around. He gets his 2. Now he's working on the cradle situation. It's a 4-1 lead for Fowler. Fowler now with the head in the ribs. We'll see if he can get things elevated and set Dakota back on his back. He gets a tilt. He gets a 1 count. I think that's all he got, though. He needs 2 to get a point, so no points being held by Mr. Favinger at this time. Fowler just needing to adjust on that cradle a little bit. It's not that he doesn't have it tight enough. It's plenty tight. There, now he's got the foot walked up, and he's got Dakota Baum in all kinds of trouble. We're down to about 5 seconds to go. We'll see if Dakota's trying to come on through. He gets the cradle broke. He gets out. There's your 3 near fall, and there's your 1-point escape. So 3 near fall awarded to Connor Fowler, 1-point escape for Dakota Baum. Good job by Dakota there fighting that situation, getting out of it and getting 1. He wasn't too far away from being gone in the match. So it's 7-2, and we start the second period on our feet. Little feint shot there by Dakota. See Fowler physical on the head. There's a shot by Fowler in on high crotch, comes around on the side. Baum trying to work a little chin drop, not able to do that. Fowler's strength is kind of taken over here. He gets the 2, and he's got that cradle hooked back up, and he's got Dakota in a little bit of trouble. Working the bow and arrow there. He tries to snap Dakota's head up underneath. Can't quite do it. Dakota gets himself up to his knees. Fowler still has the cradle hooked up. We're right along the edge of the mat, and we are out of bounds, and there's a 2-point award to Fowler for the cradle situation. We'll go back on a restart. So Dakota Baum, the sophomore for Broken Bow, down on the bottom position. He's got to score out from underneath. He's down 11-2, and it looks like Connor Fowler of Valentine's going to give him the 1 again, so it's 11-3. Nope, miscommunication there. It looks like Baum's going to go back down. No point awarded. Fowler's going to work from the top position. So we're still at 11-2. Wrestler's right in the middle of the mat. Whoa, there's a crossface that'll Make sure your dental plan's paid up. And now we've got the cradle hooked back up. Fowler trying to get those hands together. Trying to walk the knee up. Again, Baum able to break the grip. Now Baum keeps control of that hand. We'll see if he can keep it posted. If he can get behind the far side pit, he can score. There's your 2-point reversal for Dakota Baum. Good job for you, Dakota. Now he's got the near side leg laced in, working a near head. Fowler able to step off of that, but Baum able to get the foot stuck right back in. And Dakota's trying to stretch him out, but Fowler not having anything to do with that. It looks like with 28 seconds, we've got a stalemate situation called here. Score is 11-4. Fowler on the bottom for Valentine. He's got his 11 points. Here comes Dakota Baum for Broken Bow on top. We're underway. Dakota laces in the right leg. Now he's going to try to throw both legs in. Fowler's trying to come out the back door, and Dakota's got to get his head up and try to get some pressure there. He better get a hold of a wrist and try to survive the period. Fowler's trying to shake him off, and he pops his head out the back, and there's your reversal with 10 seconds to go in the period. So there's our signal for 2, and then we have a stoppage here. And I'm not sure what the stoppage was for. No points awarded. Okay, so Fowler's going to cut him loose here. He has given the one up. It's 13-5 in favor of Fowler. Fowler's going to try to get a takedown. There's only like 6 seconds to go there when he gave that up. We'll see if he's able to get it. He's not. So, you know, given that takedown position up there with 5 seconds, puts the pressure on you to get the 2, and he wasn't able to do it. Okay, third period. Dakota Baum in the bottom position with his 5 points. Connor Fowler Valentine in the top with his 13. Fowler's got the wrist controlled underneath. Baum right now is a 3-legged table trying to get that wrist free. Wrestlers are right in the middle of the mat, and we've got a warning for stalling on Broken Bow's Dakota Baum. There, Dakota gets the wrist free. Now tries to wing down. We'll see if he's able to switch off the end. He's not able to. Connor Fowler follows him around the corner, and we go out of bounds. Minute 34 to go here in the third period. Valentine's Connor Fowler with the 13-5 lead. Baum getting himself set there. He's set. Connor Fowler hops aboard. And you're going to get I wondered about that. We got a caution on the elbow. Connor Fowler just not, he's up on the bicep, not on the elbow. So no points awarded, just the caution, and here we go. Minute 30 to go in the match. Right now, Fowler has an 8-point lead, which means extra bonus points, team score. There's a little switch action by Baum, scoots out, comes around. He's got his 2-point reversal. Fowler trying to come out the back door, but Baum slips in a right-hand half. And we'll see if Dakota can get his hips turned here. Dakota's way high. If he can get a little arch in his back, keep the wrist, and get him snapped down. But Fowler was in this position earlier and was able to come out the back door. There's a little cross-face action by Baum. Fowler's got back to his base now. It's 13-7. Baum working on top. He's behind. Right now he's trying to slide in that left-hand half. Trying to get the hips turned. He's got Fowler flattened out. Fowler's not going with it, but Baum is putting some pressure on him. It looks like potentially dangerous. Official stops it. Looks like we have, I didn't see the signal. Maybe it's recovery time.
Kind of appears as though that's what it is.
Yeah, I couldn't see if the official did the twirl down or the twirl up.
Yeah.
Because if it's down, it's recovery time, which means he's going to give up a point here. From my vantage point here, I just couldn't quite see which way he went with it. But Dakota was working pretty good trying to stretch him on that, and it looks like Fowler's going to get himself set again. Looks like we're going to cut that time. But the score has stayed at 13-7, so apparently there's no award of any points there. But I think the signal was recovery time, but I think what we actually ran was injury time. Fowler trying to hit a roll underneath, hit a little Peterson action, not able to do so. And now he's come around, he's squared up, he's double-legged on Dakota. And I think you're going to get an illegal hold here, an illegal slam. Illegal slam, there you're running your time. So there is a point awarded there. We're running recovery time now. It's 13-8. Baum is up and moving around, though. He's gonna be able to get back at things here. Coaches just want to make sure that everything's okay before he gets back out there. Again, this is recovery time, not injury time. You get 2 minutes of recovery, you get 5 minutes of injury.
Well, this will give us an opportunity to remind those of you who might be listening to us on the radio that we are providing a live video stream of today's matches for you as well, which you can access on our KCNI KBBN YouTube page, also on the Sandhills Express Facebook page.
All right, we're back at action here, and we're in the neutral position. Our score is 14-8 on the scoreboard. 14-8 in favor of Connor Fowler. Wrestlers in the neutral, and that's the end of your match right there. Good match for Dakota Baum, but Dakota just not able to quite pull off the upset, and the winner by decision is Connor Fowler.
So Fowler picks up the win at 145 pounds. That'll take us now to 152. Again, we started the duel at 285 pounds. Broken Bow got wins at 285, 120, 126, and 132 by being unopposed there. Now we get ready to go to 152 pounds. Again, if you're just tuning in, I think it's worth noting as we continue to go through this duel that both teams are coming in a little bit shorthanded. Certainly for Broken Bow, if you follow them, you look at 132 and 138, where you usually have Cyrus and Connor Wells. Neither one of those available tonight, so therefore Trey Holbert and Amarian McFarland came out and represented Broken Bow at those weight classes. Valentine missing some kids as well, so we now go to 152 pounds, are back out on the mat, and to call the match for you, here's Kirk.
And we're about 15 seconds in this match. 152, Jack Myers of Broken Bow. Jack the junior with the 10-7 record. And his opponent is Ashton Lurs of Valentine. Lurs 17-1. Lurs also a junior. Two pretty good tough kids here. Good shot there by Lurs in on a double leg. Good change of level. Got in on that double leg. Comes around, scores the 2. So it's now a 2-0 lead for Valentine's Ashton Lurs. Lurs hooks up the cradle, takes Myers all the way through it, and that thing is tight, and we're right in the middle of the mat. Jack's trying to work on that grip. You can see Ashton Lurs has that bottom knee and the ribs. He's adjusting things out. We're down to about 45 seconds to go here in the first period, but that cradle is tight. Jack is doing a great job of keeping the shoulders up, and Lurs just keeps adjusting, not too much. We're right on the edge of that 10-foot circle. Lurs keeps trying to adjust him, and Jack really doing a good job. Gets himself back over to his belly. And a good job there by Jack Myers. Official holding 3, and here's the award of the 3 points, and now it's a 5-0 lead for Ashton Lurs of Valentine. So a pair of juniors going at it here. Lurs with the better record, 17-1. And Lurs again, trying to work on that cradle situation. Myers flattened out underneath. And there's the end of your first period. A good period for Valentine's Ashton Lurs, 5-0. Lurs right now is ranked the 4th-ranked wrestler in Class C at this weight. So Ashton Lurs of Valentine takes the bottom position. He gets himself set here in the second period. Here comes Jack Myers. Jack aboard. Looks like we've got a caution. The caution is going to go on Lurs. Get a couple cautions before points come in. Lurs just trying to beat him to the punch. Sit up by Lurs comes up. Continuous motion. Trying to come around the corner. Myers is in on the leg, but the grip is broke now, and Lurs is trying to hustle around the corner, and he does and picks up the reversal. Minute 43 to go in the second period. Lurs on top with that 7-0 score. He's been in dominant fashion here. Jack Myers trying to get himself built up underneath. Wrestling taking place right in the middle of the 10-foot circle. Jack gets up to his base, and there comes Lurs again with that crossface. Tries to jam in that cradle. He's got it hooked up again. Myers flattens out, breaks the grip. Myers trying to control that hand that keeps coming across on the crossface, not able to do so. And you can see Lurs stuffs the elbow, comes across with the crossface. Now he settles back. He's got a right hand tight waist right in the left side of Myers. Myers up on his base. That tight waist is just really cinching down on things. We're down to about 45 seconds to go in the second period. Valentine's Lurs on top. 7-0 in the match. If you're looking at team score-wise, one more point, and then you start looking at bonus points. You have to have at least an 8-point spread to pick up bonus points on the team score. Jack still flattened out underneath. Hasn't had any answer for Lurs pressure on top. Jack now up to his base. Lurs settles back in the saddle. There he comes again, working on that crossface, trying to stuff the elbow. Myers pops his hips up. Lurs looking for the cradle. He's coming underneath. Myers doesn't let that happen. But even though he doesn't allow the cradle to come in, Lurs' right is just suffocating. And that's the end of the second period. It's 7-0 Ashton Lurs. So Jack's choice. Jack's going to go right back downstairs. So we'll see if he's able to score off the bottom here. And it looks like Lurs is going to cut him loose, give him his one. So we're now 7-1. We're going to wrestle in the neutral position. So you've got that 6-point spread. If Lurs can score his takedown, he's looking at those bonus points again. Jack Myers looking to get himself. He's got the 1 point here. See if he can score a takedown. Myers paws at the head. Lurs backs out of it. Lurs now in on that shot on the single leg. Steps around the corner. He's got the leg up, runs the pipe, and there it is. 2-point takedown. 1:35 to go in the match. 9-1 lead, Ashton Lurs. Really impressive style here of Lurs. Once he gets on top, man, he is punishing on top and doesn't give you any break underneath. It's not that Jack Myers is wrestling bad. It's just that Lurs is just, the best word I can come up with, Brent, is suffocating on top. You just don't get any kind of a break. Myers is working hard underneath, trying to get his hips up. There, he's got his hips up, but Lurs has control of that near side wrist. Looks like we got a warning for stalling on Myers. Myers got a little bit of action there, and there he comes out, scores the 1-point escape. We now have a 9-2 score in favor of Lurs. 45 seconds to go in the match. Lurs now with his back along the edge of the circle. Myers paws at the head. Lurs snaps the head down. Now the continuous action comes around. Myers gets the leg, and we're out of bounds. So we'll come back in the neutral position. 33 seconds to go. It's a 9-2 score. Ashton Lurs of Valentine leading Broken Bow's Jack Myers here at 152 pounds. Again, you're looking at that 7-point spread if you're thinking about team scores. There's a shot by Lurs from a long ways away. And now Myers trying to hustle around the corner and score. Lurs is squaring up. Lurs now has dropped in on that single leg. Myers trying to run the whizzer there, a little shin whizzer. He's got his own shin. Lurs trying to come around the corner, picks the leg up, comes up around the body. Myers is trying to square up. Lurs is in, Myers is out. Wrestling continues. We're down under 5 seconds there. Myers gets in on a leg, and he gets himself back in bounds, and there's the end of the period. So the final score is 9-2 in favor of Ashton Lurs of Valentine. Jack Myers giving it a good go, but Lurs just a little bit too much at 152 pounds.
So by decision, Lurs the winner, 9-2 decision, gets 3 points in the team score. So as we update that now, as we get ready to move to 160 pounds, your duel score has Broken Bow leading Valentine 30-15. Again, we started the duel at 285, so we've got 160 left, 170, 182, 195, and then 220. Great to have you with us for high school wrestling coverage. We're live on the radio, KBBN Broken Bow. Our broadcast tonight also being picked up by our friends at KVSH in Valentine. And again, we're live on video as well. Special video stream accompanied by our radio call available for you tonight on the KCNI KBBN YouTube page and on Sandhills Express Facebook.
And here we go at 160 pounds. Valentine's Caden Wenig, 14-8, the junior. He is wrestling the junior from Broken Bow, Zach Gaffney. Zach comes in 16-4, so this could be a really, really interesting match. Just looking at their records, their classes, these two guys are pretty evenly matched. Looking at them out on the mat, you'll see that Gaffney's about 1.5 feet taller than Caden Wenig, so their body types are a little bit different. And right now, Gaffney trying to work a little front head action. Wenig able to snap that off. And he's trying to come around the corner, moves his feet. He hadn't scored it. There, Gaffney squares up. So we've wrestled about a minute into the first period. We've had plenty of action, but no score. Wrestlers go back to the center. Let's see Wenig trying to work a little Russian action there, a little 2-on-1. Gaffney drops down on one knee here. Pause at the head. Wenig backs out, and Gaffney kind of chases the pick in the ankle. Now Gaffney comes in, tying up those arms. Gaffney out of bounds, circles back in. Where Wenig comes in nice on the fireman's carry. Doesn't quite get it finished off. Gaffney squares up, controls the wrist. Gaffney's out, Wenig's in. We're right in front of the scoring table. Now we're both out. So 25 seconds to go in the first period. No score here, and this has been a good match. Interesting contrast in styles, body types. That length can cause a lot of problems for people trying to get into it, but Wenig did a really nice job coming in underneath on that fireman's carry, just wasn't able to quite finish it up. There you see Gaffney dropping in on a single leg here, 9 seconds to go. Gaffney's got the single, he's trying to come up. Wenig's got a wrist, he's got a whizzer, and he comes down, spins out of it. He scores two right as the towel guy hits the official. So the 2 points were earned and awarded. So Caden Wenig takes a 2-0 lead as he scores the takedown right at the end of the first period. So we'll see if those 2 points coming like that. Sometimes those can be dictators through the match. Right now Wenig underneath. He comes right up to his feet, turns in, and he gets two reversal, not just the escape, but he does get the reversal. So good action there of Wenig getting his hips popped up. Comes around the corner, scores his two. So two takedown, two reversal. Caden Wenig of Valentine with the 4-0 lead over Gaffney. Right now, Wenig's got a left-hand half in. He's got the wrist caught on the other side. He's trying to run that out. Gaffney's reaching up to get the thing peeled off. He does. Wenig trying to be persistent with that. And we'll see Gaffney now driving back in. Works a little hip lever, trying to step over. But Wenig follows him on around. If Wenig comes up and catches his head, he does. Now Gaffney's in some trouble. Wenig gets teed out. So Zach Gaffney just a freckle away from scoring his two reversal, and then Wenig came out of the situation and dumped him on his back. We're just under a minute to go, and now comes up on a headlock. It's still the same situation. So these points haven't been awarded, but there's the fall. Don't worry about the near fall. Winner by fall is Caden Wenig, the junior from Valentine, over Broken Bow's Zach Gaffney.
So with the win by fall, that gets Valentine those bonus points that we talk so much about, especially in a dual format. So 6 points for Valentine. That makes your dual score now 30-21 in favor of Broken Bow as we get ready to move to 170 pounds. Broken Bow will send a wrestler out at 170. Looks like he'll be unopposed. So there's 6 points for Broken Bow. And again, as we continue to work through this duel, Kirk, we bring you back to the fact that Valentine opened on some of these weight classes as they weren't able to bring their full complement to Broken Bow today. And for Broken Bow, we're also kind of seeing their depth. I mean, you think about a couple of weight classes where their normal guys not able to be here tonight, but because of their depth, they were still able to send somebody out on the mat and pick up points.
Yeah, exactly. And that depth, that's why you have that depth, is so that you can put people like Leighton Linder out there picking up that forfeit at 170 and Max Denson there in the walkover at 182. Yeah, that's why you have it. It helps you all year long in the room, but in these situations, that's what you have to depend on.
So as Kirk just mentioned, Leighton Linder comes out unopposed at 170, gets the 6 points for Broken Bow there. Max Denson the same at 182. So now we go to 195, and we got a match out on the mat.
And it's Broken Bow's Cal Wells, the freshman, 22-5 out. And right now I'm just waiting to see who our Valentine representative is. Looks like it's Logan Mayhew, the junior for Valentine. So the junior for Valentine, Logan Mayhew, and the freshman for Broken Bow, Cal Wells. Cal 22-5 as a freshman. Not your ordinary freshman at 195 pounds.
No.
Cal's represented really well for Broken Bow this year, and he's a tough hombre. Right now, we're about 40 seconds into the match. Haven't had a score here. Cal's kind of been the guy taking some ground here. And you can see Mayhew kind of measuring him, pawing a little bit. Wells trying to work a little 2-on-1 action here, trying to tie up the wrist. Mayhew's not cooperating. There, Cal with the collar tie, gets the left hand trying to dig in, but Mayhew's not allowing him to get that underhook. Again, Wells is the guy taking some ground here. And you can see by the records here that are represented that Wells is the guy that's been out on the mat more this year, and so he's comfortable with that. And there's a straight-on shot by Mayhew. Logan not able to get in on the shot. And Wells right now is trying to come around the corner. Score is 2. Hasn't quite got around there yet. There they are. 2 points for Cal Wells. So the straight-on shot by Mayhew, not able to get in on the hips, and Wells simply blocked it off, came around the corner, got his 2. So 14 seconds to go here in the first period. Broken Bow's Cal Wells, 195-pound action, leading 2-0. Wrestlers right along the out of bounds here as we get underneath 5 seconds. And there's the end of that first period. Looks like the choice is going to go to Cal. And Cal's immediately going to go down. Mr. Pfeiffer gets Cal Wells set. He's there, and here comes Logan Mayhew. And we're underway in the second period. Wells sits out. Looked like he was trying to hit a little switch action, didn't quite get it. Here he comes again, sits out, extends himself. Mayhew's trying to snap him back. Not able to do so. Wells wants to be careful there about that, getting himself a little bit too long. Cal builds himself up into his base. Mayhew tips his hips down. Wells sits out. Comes back up to his base. There's the switch by Wells, and he scores the 2. 30 seconds into the second period, Cal Wells gets the reversal, takes a 4-0 lead. Wrestling taking place right on the double Bs in the middle of the mat. Wells working a little head lever here. Mayhew's got his hips up, but his head and ear are down on the mat, and Wells putting a lot of pressure on that head lever. There he tips the hips down and comes back with a hammer. So Cal now in good position here as he's got Mayhew's right hand on his back. Mayhew trying to get his hips up, trying to turn in, and does a good job. He's got his arm back, but Wells now trying to elevate the leg. Hasn't given up his position in there. Cal steps through the leg. Mayhew rolls on through the situation. No count by the official, no points held, no points awarded. 40 seconds to go here in the second period. This 4-0 is your lead for Cal Wells of Broken Bow. Wells in that top position. Mr. Pfeiffer looks like he's going to stop the action. Looks like the Valentine wrestler under a little bit of duress underneath there. Looks like he's holding his shoulder a little bit. Looks like he's going to get himself settled back down. Gets himself set. Wells aboard on the right side. And here we go. 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Broken Bow's Cal Wells, the freshman, leading 4-0. Wells with the tough ride. Mayhew trying to pod himself up, not able to do so. Tight waist here, riding that right side tight waist, now trying to get that head lever going again. Mayhew doing a good job. Gets up to his feet. He's along the edge of the out of bounds. We end up out of bounds with 7 seconds to go in the period, so no change in position. And you can see Logan Mayhew kind of reaching up on that shoulder as he comes back. But he's going to be able to get himself set. And there he goes. 7 seconds to go in the second period. Wells aboard on the left side. Quickly switches over to the right. Back to that tight waist. Mayhew trying to head post, trying to turn in. Period runs out. It's 4-0 lead for Cal Wells. Choice is going to go to Logan Mayhew. He looks over Coach Allison, and it looks like we're going to go in a neutral position here. So Logan Mayhew going to that neutral position. He's trailing 4-0 to Broken Bow's Cal Wells. Wrestler's pawing at the head a little bit. Mayhew measures there, gets a little physical on the head. Wells just backs out of it, comes right back in. Cal comes in, nice shot by Cal, changes levels, gets in on the shot. Mayhew's trying to pull him through, but right now, if this were college, you'd have a danger call going on. Wells needs to slide his right arm around the waist to try to pick up his points. Mayhew's trying to keep things tight so that won't happen. Wells is right up between the legs, still hasn't scored his 2 points. He's got to try to get his right arm through, and it looks like we're going to get a stalemate by Mr. Pfeiffer. So 1:16 to go here in the third period. That was a really nice shot by Wells, but credit Logan Mayhew for the counter there, not allowing him to get that thing finished off. So Mayhew coming in, a little bit of a feint shot straight on. There Wells redirects him. Wrestler's pawn again. Mayhew with that straight on shot. Wells with the front quarter in. Lots of pressure here. We'll see if he steps around. He does. 2 points, Cal Wells. So now Broken Bow's Cal Wells looks like he's going to come around front. He's got a cradle hooked up. We'll see if he could score back points here with this. Cal's got Mayhew in some trouble, and now he's tipping him. Trying to get those count. It's a 6-0 lead. Mayhew's trying to come around. There's a little chin drop by Wells. Steps across it, and that's probably going to be it, and it is. So Wells felt that position, got the chin drop, and with 31 seconds to go in the match, your winner by fall is Broken Bow's Cal Wells.
So that'll be 6 more points for Broken Bow in the team score, as Broken Bow is going to end up winning the duel with just 1 weight class remaining. That's at 220 pounds. And I believe it'll be Hagan Campbell, the representative for Broken Bow tonight. Of course, normally at the varsity level, we see Kiefer Anderson at this weight, but he's not available for Broken Bow tonight. So Hagan Campbell comes out, gets to represent Broken Bow at 220 pounds, and this will be our final match of the duel between Broken Bow and Valentine.
And here again, Brent, some of that depth that you've talked about. Hagan Campbell is not a stranger to being on a varsity mat. He's got some good mat experience and a good wrestler here filling in for Broken Bow, and he'll represent Broken Bow well here at 220 pounds. Right now, Lee Majors 6-4 as a junior for Valentine, trying to dig in. Right now, he's got a body lock hooked up. Campbell looked like he was going to try to throw out of that position, and he slipped off of it. And right now, the wrestlers are rolling around, and it looks like you've got 2 points there awarded to Hagan Campbell right along the edge of the mat. So you had a takedown early for Lee Major of Valentine. Scored a reversal for Hagan Campbell of Broken Bow. Bottom line, you've got a 2-2 score with about 1:09 to go as we get a restart here. So Major of Valentine is going to get himself set. So you had 2 takedown Major, 2 reversal for Hagan Campbell. We've got a restart, Campbell on top. Campbell over on the right side now. He's got that, trying to work that half in. Major's trying to pressure back in. Now Campbell coming around looking for a cradle. Gets off of that. Right now, Major has reached back at the leg. We'll see if he's able to elevate that leg. Campbell's trying to scramble up on top with those legs. He's got a little scissor action going here, and we'll see if Hagan can get his hips up or get that head pushed way underneath. Trying to get himself set up on top. He's a little bit high. And Major's trying to force back into it. Now Campbell now trying to work in that power half. We'll see if he can slide the left hand through and get his hips turned up on top. There's a stroke by Mr. Favinger, so you know that Campbell's scoring points here. Now he's coming up and attacking the head, and he's got Major in some trouble here. Major fighting the position. 5 seconds to go in the period. Campbell stepped off and come across. He's teed out now. We'll see if Hagen's able to get the fall, and there's the end of the period. But award 3 points to Broken Bow's Hagen Campbell, and it's a 5-2 lead for Hagen Campbell. So good job there by Hagen. Got a little high with those legs, but got himself adjusted back, worked in that power half, and got himself settled in. And then really a nice finish when he stepped off of that, came across and teed out. So with the 5-2 lead, Campbell and Major are in the neutral position starting the second period. See Major wants to dig in. He's got a double underhook. Now he comes off. He's got the right hand under. He's heavy on the head. He's got Campbell's head tucked underneath. Little front head action here. Campbell able to get his head out, but Major stays underneath, and now he's looking for a body lock. He's got that bear hug hooked up, and he dumps Campbell to his back. And there's 2-point near fall have been earned. I think we got a 3 near fall. 2-point takedown has been earned. Here comes the 3. So that 5-2 lead now turns into a 7-5 advantage for Lee Major Valentine. Campbell trying to work up underneath. Armbar here by Lee Major. He's doing a good job of running that. Campbell trying to fight it. He's got the feet blocked out. And you can see Coach Allison trying to get Lee Major to adjust a little bit with it. But he keeps trying to run that. He's got the wrist trapped. Oh, and this is tight. Campbell has gone over, and there's more back points coming. Hagen's trying to fight the arm through. And right now, Major's just a freckle away from the fall, and there it is with 44 seconds to go in the second period. Your winner by fall, Valentine's Lee Major.
And that will bring us to the end of the duel. So we're going to step away for a timeout. When we come back, we'll recap the action of this opening duel between Broken Bow and Valentine, and we'll do that after this 3-minute break.
Graf and staff is all about building relationships, and they strive to provide the same care and treatment for their patients that they want for themselves and their families. They offer a full range of dental services located at 902 Avenue D in Gothenburg, open Tuesday to Thursday 8 to 5 and Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call 308-537-3359 to arrange an appointment with Dr. Graf at Gothenburg Dental, where you're not just a patient, you're a friend.
Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers has just listed for sale the Divine Ranch located in southern Custer County, Nebraska. This 2,700-acre combination ranch is offered in 3 tracts or as a whole with a center pivot, dry land, and quality hardland range. The South Loop River runs through the ranch, providing for good sub-irrigated meadows and ample hunting opportunities. This is the first time this ranch has been for sale since it was homesteaded in 1889. Call me, John Farley, or check it out at LashleyLand.com.
Happy New Year from Pony Express Chevrolet in Gothenburg and Pony Express Ford in Minden. Let's hope for more new Chevrolets, Buicks, and Fords in 2022. 21 was a strange year, and hopefully things will get a bit back towards normal, if we even know what normal is. Pony Express looks forward to serving you with all your vehicle needs in the new year. We hope to see you soon at Pony Express Chevrolet in Gothenburg and Pony Express Ford in Minden.
The First State Bank of Gothenburg. People will become their valued customers throughout the years to come. Enjoy this broadcast, sponsored in part by the First State Bank of Gothenburg, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Isn't life crazy? One day your fender gets dented by a runaway shopping cart. The next day, your kid's college entrance exam is a runaway success.
Yes, I got accepted.
But that's life. Some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. No worries, your State Farm agent is here in all of life's moments, the good and the not so good, to help life go right. So good day, bad day, any day, let's talk.
Contact State Farm agent Donna Cahill in Broken Bow and Gothenburg at 308-872-5171.
There's two things you can always count on to tell the truth. One is a pair of yoga pants, and the second is me when I'm talking about Downey Drilling in Kearney, Lexington, or Garden City. I would not fib to you about something as important as your irrigation systems, and that's why I recommend the Downey Drilling team for any service work, efficiency testing, or new well construction. They're licensed in 8 states, Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, Iowa, Wyoming, South Dakota, Oklahoma, and Texas, pretty much anywhere there's water. Go to DowneyDrilling.com for the number of the shop nearest you. Downey Drilling, a tradition of excellence for over 5 decades.
And we bring you back to the Broken Bow Middle School Auditorium. Live coverage of the Broken Bow Wrestling Triangular as they're joined tonight by Valentine and Gothenburg. Duel number 1 of 3 tonight has gone final. Broken Bow winning the duel over Valentine 48-27. And as we recap the results, the duel started at 285 pounds, where Sawyer Bumgarner of Broken Bow was unopposed at that weight. That moved us then to 106 pounds, where Chauncey Watson of Broken Bow continues his outstanding season, still undefeated, as he won by fall over Ethan Bohr of Valentine just 17 seconds into the match. Good match at 113 pounds, where William Springer of Valentine won by decision over Wilson Susel Zinn, final score 12-6. Then you went to 3 weight classes where Broken Bow picked up wins being unopposed. William Moniger of Broken Bow, the winner at 120. Braylon Rynearson, the winner at 126. And Trey Holbert, unopposed for Broken Bow at 132 pounds. That moved us then to 138, where Cody Miller took on Amarian McFarland of Broken Bow and won by fall 39 seconds into the match. At 145 pounds, Connor Fowler of Valentine took on Broken Bow's Dakota Baum, Fowler winning by decision 14-8. At 152 pounds, Ashton Lurs of Valentine against Jack Myers of Broken Bow, Lurs the winner by a 9-2 decision. At 160 pounds, Caden Wenig of Valentine won by fall over Zach Gaffney of Broken Bow. Then Broken Bow picked up wins by forfeit at 170 pounds as Leighton Lindner of Broken Bow unopposed there and Max Denson of Broken Bow unopposed at 182. At 195, Cal Wells of Broken Bow won by fall over Logan Mayhew of Valentine. And then in our final match of the duel, Lee Major got the win by fall over Hagan Campbell at 220 pounds. Your final duel score, Broken Bow wins it over Valentine 48-27. And we'll come back with more after this 3-minute timeout.
Well, yeah. I just got back from watching my son play the sport he loves 2.5 hours away. My family's asleep, and I have a little bit of quiet. Need to look at and sign our loan renewal? Done. Need to deposit a check? On it. Need to transfer some money to my daughter in college? Taken care of. Nebraska State Bank has the ability to make sure I can do my banking when it fits my schedule. So yeah, midnight is banking time. My banking time.
Nebraska State Bank, Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna. Member FDIC.
The Grocery Cart is happy to sponsor this sports broadcast. Inside GK Wine and Spirits, the key word for us is variety. We have a large selection of Nebraska-made beers and a bunch of seltzer choices too. There's a wine that will pair with
AZ can help make all those dream ideas you have a reality. They're excited to do the dirty work on your lawn space so you don't have to. Professional edging, sod, retaining walls, rock beds, and more. Call A to Z at 872-5182.
And we bring you back to the Broken Bow Middle School Auditorium, ready to go with varsity competition now in our duel between Gothenburg and Valentine. We're going to start this duel at 106 pounds, and we've got a match on the mat to get us started. And to call it for you tonight, here's Kurt Crowley.
And out on the mat for the Gothenburg Swedes, 15-6 junior Abel Flores. Abel's opponent, Ethan Borer, the freshman from Valentine. Match just underway, first match of this duel. And right now, Abel Flores, pressure on the head, trying to get around the corner. Hasn't been able to get around there. He's got a front quarter on. He steps around, gets the leg. Should get the two, and there they come. So it's a 2-point takedown. Abel Flores of Gothenburg, the junior, with the 2-0 lead. About 1:14 to go here in the first period. Good job by Ethan Borer as he gets to his feet. Flores takes him off the mat, and we'll come back on a restart. 2-0 lead, Flores of Gothenburg. This is the first match of this duel. 106 pounds where we're starting this one. And then when we get to that final duel of the night, we'll start at 113. Right now, wrestling taking place right in the middle of the mat. Flores riding the right side. And Borer gets up to his feet, trying to peel hands. There's the front trip by Flores, gets him returned to the mat. Flores working on top. He's got the arms tied up underneath. Borer trying to get that left hand back, but Flores has got that thing tied up and pulled it clear back across the chest and using it for leverage there. Flores, nice job, steps off, attacks the head. Trying to use that wrist for a little bit of leverage, and he's teed out now, and he's got him turned. Ethan Borer trying to work off his back. He's not going to be able to do so. At 1:42 of the first period, your winner by fall is Gothenburg's Abel Flores.
So Flores wins the opening match of the duel to give Gothenburg 6 points as he wins by fall. Meanwhile, we can tell you, let's just give you the results of the two JV matches that were wrestled here earlier. At 1:45, Nicholas Ullman of Valentine won by fall over Xander Ruza of Gothenburg. And then at 1:52, Gavin Peterson of Gothenburg, winner by fall over Isaac Watson of Valentine. Those were the two JV matches that were wrestled a little bit earlier.
And we're 8 seconds into this 113-pound bout. William Springer of Valentine has the takedown, and he cuts Caden Marguerites, the junior from Gothenburg, loose. It's 2-1, 20 seconds into the match. Marguerites kind of wades in there, and Springer just snaps the head down, pressures on, comes around, catches the ankle. Springer trying to come around that near side. He does, gets his two. William Springer, 16-1, the sophomore for Valentine. Was a runner-up up in North Dakota last year, and a good addition to the Valentine group. Really a quality wrestler here, picks up two near fall. Caden Marguerites is 15-10 on the year, junior for Gothenburg. Right now, just being overmatched here as Springer takes a 6-1 lead as he's awarded those 2-point near fall. Springer has Marguerites flattened out and digs in those heels. We saw this in his match with Wilson Suselzin in the first duel. Springer tough on top, just really tough on top. Right hand half slips in by Springer. We'll see if he steps off the legs or if he's going to use those legs to help get a tilt there. He pulls that out. Marguerite's chest is down. He's trying to get his hips up. He does. But Springer's got control of that wrist underneath. Tips the hips back down, flattens out Gothenburg wrestler Marguerites. Marguerites working underneath, but Springer just has everything tied up. He's got the wrist tied up. He's got a 2-on-1 underneath. And he's got Marguerites just kind of flattened out here on that double B right in the middle of the mat. There comes the left leg in again, spurring in. Every time Marguerites tries to get his hips up, now you get a warning for stalling. You got 1 point here, 1 point awarded, or was the warning on? let's see here. We'll see how that gets scored. Because he warned the green hand came up first. Then we saw the red hand come up. I'm not so sure he didn't switch his warning over. We'll just have to see how it is. Nonetheless, we have a 6-1 score as we head to the second period. You see the assistant official, Mr. Pfeiffer, goes over to the table to help get that squared away. We're into the second period. Marguerite's is underneath. Still underneath. And Springer just smothering up on top. He's got control of the arms. Marguerite's works hard to get his hips up, but every time they come up, Springer's got a leg coming in. He's got a wrist tied up. Just tough on top, and that really wears on you if you're down underneath there. Takes a lot of gas out of your tank trying to get your hips built up. There, Marguerite's does a good job, gets his table set. Springer's hanging up on that cradle, though, and he's got his hands hooked. We'll see if he takes him on the suicide. He does. Gets him all the way through. He's got the cradle. Springer scoring points here. There he breaks the cradle, lets him go on through. There's the 3-point near fall awarded. It's an 11-1 score in favor of Springer. Marguerite's working underneath. Springer now has the left hand back on Marguerite's back. Comes up, attacks the head. It's going to pressure over, and Springer's working for the fall again here. 48 seconds to go in the second period. Springer with the left hand half, steps off everything, tees out. We'll see if he can get the fall here. Marguerite's putting up a good fight, but Springer just cinching things down. Things are getting tighter, things are getting closer, and we're just about there. There's the fall. 30 seconds remaining at the 3:30 mark of the match. Your winner by fall is William Springer of Valentine.
So after the opening 2 matches of this duel between Gothenburg and Valentine, each team able to win a match by fall. So we're tied at 6 in the duel score as we get ready to move to 120 pounds. And I think Gothenburg will come out unopposed here. They do, so that'll be 6 points for the Swedes. And it looks like they will have a representative. We're talking of Gothenburg at 126. Valentine open there tonight. And again, if you're just tuning in to us, whether you're listening to us on KBBN radio or listening to us on KVSH in Valentine, Kirk, you had the opportunity to talk to the coaches before these duels started. Valentine short-handed tonight coming into these duels.
Exactly, and that's why you're seeing these opens here, because they've got some quality kids through those weights. And you know, if you've got kids that are injured or kids that are sick or whatever reason, and Broken Bows run into this situation as well, if you haven't got people, then you have to forfeit those weights, and Gothenburg does have people to fill in those weights, and thus that's why you get this score. And right now, I believe it was a duel 24-6.
Yeah,
with these walkovers.
Yeah, Tyler Trumbley of Gothenburg got the walkover at 120. Christopher Flores got the walkover at 126. I think we also had forfeit at 132, so that's going to bring us now to 138 as we get wrestlers coming out onto the mat.
And representing Valentine at 138 will be Cody Miller. And wrestling at 138 for Gothenburg, we'll see here who pops up on the score, but Miller already has his takedown here. Cody Miller, 15-6 senior for Valentine. It's Austin Chestnut, the junior for Gothenburg. And Miller right now with the 2-0 lead, 20 seconds into the bout. Chestnut trying to work himself up onto a base. Miller's got a double chicken wing here, and he's just cranked him over. We'll see if Miller's able to get the fall, and he does. 35 seconds into the match, Cody Miller with that double chicken wing is able to get Austin Chestnut turned, and winner by fall, Cody Miller.
So that'll make the duel score now 24-12, and if you're Valentine, Kirk, because you were open in those weights, you gave up 6 points in those weight divisions. Now it becomes really important, right, as far as the duel is concerned, if you can win matches by fall.
Yeah, you've got to make up for, well, you have no control over those forfeits. You're giving up 6 right away, but you're right. Now you've got to start thinking bonus points and trying to get those points back. And here we have Connor Fowler of Valentine at 145 pounds. And his opponent is Ty Hotz, the senior from Gothenburg. Right now, Hotz gets a single leg up, sweeps the foot out, and he scores a 2-point takedown for the Swedes. So a pair of seniors wrestling here. Hotz with the 2-0 lead. Fowler gets up to his feet, goes off the mat, no change.
Well, we've seen Hotz over the years, and he's a tough customer.
Yeah, he is. He's been around it, and, we've seen that name Hotz with a different wrestler. I don't know if it was a brother, a cousin, or relation there that was an awfully good wrestler a few years back. So those guys, they've been around. They've been around the matches, and they know what it's all about. And right now, Fowler's up to his feet. Hotz returns him, and Hotz is trying to dig in that left leg, and he gets it in there. We're approaching 1 minute to go here in the first period. Hotz with the takedown. He's got that left leg laced in. Fowler's just kind of holding his table position here. Hotz hasn't been able to launch him off his base, and right now he's trying to get a basket hooked up underneath there. I think he's got the wrist caught. He does. He's got the wrist caught between the legs. He's come underneath on the wing with the left hand. Now Fowler flattens out, and it looks like we're going to get a stalemate by Mr. Favinger. So we're back to 41 seconds to go here in the first period on the restart. Valentine's Connor Fowler gets himself set. Ty Hotz of Gothenburg, he's waiting around for the signal, and here he comes. Quick set out there by Fowler. And he's trying to get those hips out, create a little bit of distance. Hasn't quite got his two, but he's awfully close to it. There he steps the leg, comes around, and there's your reversal. Connor Fowler with a good initial sit out, able to get that 2-point reversal, ties the match up with 20 seconds to go here in the first period. Ty Hotz of Gothenburg trying to get himself back to a base. Right now, he's flattened out on the mat. You can see Fowler. We saw this in his first match tonight. Awfully aggressive on top. He's come out to the side, and he wants to get that hammer on. He's got the arm out and got it on Hotz's back, and Hotz is going to survive the situation as the period runs out. Hotz will want to try to protect that arm, not get that thing put on his back. Fowler wanted that. He got it and kind of ripped it out, and the period just ran out on him. I believe Connor Fowler's taken the down position here with the match tied at 2 apiece. We're in the second period. The Swedes leading the duel 24-12, and they're up to his feet quickly. Connor Fowler of Valentine. Ty Hotz of Gothenburg trying to get a return. Hasn't got it. There's your warning for stalling. 1-point escape. The warning came because Hotz didn't attempt to return. The warning didn't cost him the point, but the escape did, and that gave the lead. Now Hotz drops down on the leg, but he leaves his left hand in the upper position, and he ends up in 2 levels at the same time. Can't get the takedown. So credit Connor Fowler for tying that arm up. Hotz, if he's going to change levels, got to bring everything down with him. Both wrestlers right off the whistle. Hotz coming in. Fowler blocks him off. Fowler's got that right hand underhook in. Hotz trying to control the wrist. Fowler tries to throw him through. Now follows up on a double leg, but we go out of bounds. So 1:09 to go here in the second period. It's a 3-2 lead for Connor Fowler of Valentine. Hotz again trying to circle down, but Fowler catches the arm, and he ends up spread out. And here comes Fowler, comes in on a high crotch shot, tries to switch off to a double. Now follows up with another double shot. Hotz trying to work a little step through and a little chin drop action, but he's not going to be able to get that, and we end up out of bounds. So good action there, no scoring, good action along the edge. Hotz has tried a couple shots, but he ends up in both levels at the same time. That left hand up in that upper level is causing him problems. He can't get anything tied up. Fowler with a little chain wrestling there did a good job right along the edge of the mat. Back underway here with 34 seconds to go. Little drag action there by Fowler, not able to get around on it. Hotz squares up with him. Hotz trying to be heavy on the head again, but Fowler underneath with that left hand underhook. Taps the far knee and kind of runs him over, and we go out of bounds. Connor Fowler, I I like his positioning. He's moving forward all the time, puts pressure on you. Once in a while gets himself out of position a little bit, but you like his attitude and his forward motion. Hotz again now, tries in, steps in. Fowler's tying things up. Hotz is sitting right in the middle of Fowler, though, and that time he gets his right arm through, and he scores a 2 takedown. Fowler tries to step over this situation, not able to do so. Score a 2-point takedown for Hotz. That time he got in on the shot, got in between the legs, and scored the 2. 4-3 lead now for Hotz. He must have scored a reversal. It's a 4-3 lead for Hotz. Oh, excuse me, I missed the period change here. Sorry. I couldn't figure out why did Hotz go down. It's because it was his choice. So he went down here in the third period. Sorry, folks. And he's just scored his reversal. And now Ty Hotz extends his lead to 6-3. So the period ran out along the edge. It wasn't a restart. It was the third period. Hotz went down. He scores his reversal. He gets a 6-3 lead. And right now, Hotz is tying things up. He's got the wrist caught in between the legs of Connor Fowler, and Fowler's trying to build up underneath. If Hotz can slip in the right-hand half here, he'll have Fowler in some trouble. Right now he's gone to a lever, and he's trying to walk the head. He's got the wrist caught. Now he steps back off. He tees out. Doesn't appear to be any count there. Comes in that left-hand half again by Hotz. Hotz has a 3-point lead, and we're under a minute to go in the match. Fowler's got a score here. Hotz trying to lace in that left leg. Fowler tries to kick through it. Reaches back, gets Hotz's leg, but that's not really going to do him any good, and he lets go of it. Flattens back out. We're down to 40 seconds. Fowler's trying to score off the bottom, gets up to his feet. We'll see what Hotz does here. He tries to back heel trip, and he's able to get him returned. Down to 30 seconds. It's a 6-3 lead for Gothenburg's Ty Hotz. He's done a nice job here coming back in this match. And riding tough on top here. We're down to about 20 seconds to go. Warning for stalling now on Fowler along the edge of the mat. And we're going to come back on a restart with 18 seconds to go. Connor Fowler of Valentine, he's trailing in the match 6-3. He's been warned for stalling, and right now he's awful slow coming back to the middle of the mat. We'll see if his tank is out or if he's just playing a little possum here in the last 18 seconds. Fowler gets himself set. Hotz is aboard, and here's the whistle. Fowler trying to work a roll. Hotz counters that. Fowler's hips, trying to get his hips out again, trying to hit that roll, but Hotz comes up. Fowler almost kicked him through. Hotz comes up, attacks the head, steps off, and the period's going to run out. We get a 2-point near fall. 2-point near fall for Ty Hotz, and our final score is going to be 8-3. Winner by decision, Gothenburg's Ty Hotz.
So Hotz will pick up 3 points for Gothenburg in the team score, and that'll make your score in the duel Gothenburg 27 and Valentine 12 as we get ready to move now to 152 pounds. Again, this duel started at 106.
And 152, I believe we've got Ashton Lurs out here for Valentine. And he's wrestling Jamison Smith. Jamison Smith, the senior from Gothenburg, 17-10. Lurs 17-1, the junior for Valentine. And as action got started, I think Lurs may have caught a finger in the eye here. Nothing intentional. Taking a little injury time. Just kind of getting things cleared out.
Well, a reminder, this is the second of our 3 duels tonight. Broken Bow wrestled Valentine in the opening duel, with Broken Bow winning that duel. And then our final one will feature Gothenburg against Broken Bow coming up after this one.
Well, we're back underway. Ashton Lurs. Okay. Back on the mat. Wrestling Jamison Smith of Gothenburg. Smith, the senior here. Wrestling, drops down on a double leg out of bounds. We'll come back on a restart. He's wrestling the junior Lurs from Valentine. We wrestled 30 seconds into this bout, and we have no score. Boy, Lurs, I really like his level change, and he comes in Really does a nice job when he changes that level, attacks below the shin. Didn't get the takedown there, but it works his staggered stance, got that left foot forward. Smith, a little more squared up. There you can see Lurs coming around the corner trying. Smith squares up again. There's a low shot by Smith right along the edge, trying to get to the ankle, not able to get to it. Go out of bounds. We'll come back in. 1:03 to go here in the first period. No score. Both wrestlers with a little faint shot that's not going to score on either guy. There's a deep shot by Lurs. Comes in on the outside single, gets it up. We've seen him run this. Puts the foot up on the shoulder, pressures in, picks up the 2-point takedown along the edge. Ashton Lurs of Valentine with that 2-0 lead on Jamison Smith of Gothenburg. 35 seconds to go in the first period. Smith is pretty much out of bounds here. He's got his hands in the mat. So his hands and his head are in the cylinder, and we're going to be called out of bounds. Smith comes back in. Jamison gets himself set. Mr. Pfeiffer is waiting on Lurs to get himself adjusted, and here he goes, and here we go. 2-0 lead, 25 seconds to go in the first period. And we saw the Lurs always was pressure on in that first match against Jack Myers, always looking for cradles, always pressure on, always having a leg coming in, just really tough on top. And right now he's got the leg in, kind of peeks over at the clock. He knows we're under 5, and there's the end of that first period, and Lurs takes his 2-0 lead into the second period. Choice is going to go to Jamison. He deferred. Lurs goes down. Smith mounts up on the right side. There's a sit out by Lurs. Comes up onto his feet. Peeling on hands, and Smith just cuts him loose. 3-0 lead for Lurs. We're up on our feet. 10 seconds into the second period. By the time I get it out, it'll be 15 seconds into the second period. Wrestling taking place right along the edge of the mat. You can see Lurs is squared up. He's got Smith's head down underneath on his chest and steps out of bounds. We'll come back into the neutral position. 1:28 to go in the second period. Smith moving to his left. Lurs takes that low shot below the shin, gets a single again. Smith tries to hop out of it, but Lurs just covers him, picks up his 2. 5-0 lead for Ashton Lurs of Valentine. We go out of bounds. We'll get a restart here. We'll see if Lurs wants to ride on top or if he's going to go neutral. Looks like he's going to ride on top. Smith tries to pot up. Lurs again comes around. He's got that cradle hooked up, that near side cradle, and he drives Smith over. He's got Smith in some trouble now with that cradle. Still has the hands. Smith gets himself back, but the hands don't break. Lurs dumps him to his back again. Now trying to adjust his hips down. Smith trying to get those hips scrambled back. Gets himself squared up, but Lurs' hands have never come apart. Still has the cradle hooked up with 40 seconds, and he's still trying to elevate that head, trying to snap that cradle on over. And we go out of bounds. There comes your 3-point near fall. It's an 8-0 lead now for Ashton Lurs. Smith hustles back in, gets himself set. Here comes Lurs. And I don't know if the Gothenburg coaching staff had a little question on the score. It looks like everybody's content with where we're at. Score remains 8-0, and we'll get back to wrestling. Lurs is aboard on the left side, and here we go. Smith sits out. Lurs cracks him back down. Smith trying to protect that near arm, but Lurs has already got it tied up. Trying to work a little head lever action. Down to 20 seconds to go here in the second period. Lurs with the major decision at this point in the match. Smith flattened out. Lurs has a near arm tied up. He's got the wrist caught on the other side. Here he comes with the bar, and he gets right after it. He turns Smith. He's getting a count as the period ends. We'll see what the count got to. He got the 5, so he's got 3-point near fall. So our score now is 11-0. And we're going to be neutral here in the third period. Lurs 11-0 lead over Gothenburg's Jamison Smith. This is 152-pound action. Smith comes in, tries to get a heavy on the head. Lurs tries to work a little duck under. Smith does a good job of squaring that up. Breaks apart. Action picks up along the edge of the mat. And now we got a warning for stalling on Smith. So we come back to the middle of the mat, and 144 in the match, 11-0 lead for Lurs. There's a straight-on double by Lurs. Brings his hips in, cracks it down, gets the 2 points. Right along the edge of the mat. Just a blast double, picks up those 2 points. It's 13-0. Minute 30 to go here in the bout. Jamison Smith back in for the Swedes. He gets himself set. Lurs gathers himself. And Lurs doesn't like the starting position. He says, I can't get on him. So we'll see what happens here. I think maybe he's just going to give, I don't know. Looks like Smith came up and reset himself. So here we go. We're underway. Lurs now has that left leg laced in there. 13-0 is your score. Ashton Lurs of Valentine with the lead. So Lurs is looking for either that tech fall or the fall. He's got about 1:05 to go here to get that. Jamison Smith of Gothenburg working hard underneath. Just been outmatched here. We're going to get stalemate here by Mr. Pfeiffer. Lurs gets the leg unlaced. Smith comes back in. He's set. Lurs looks over at his corner. Mounts up. Now we've got a caution on Smith. Knees not behind the line, not behind the block. So the caution keeps the score at 13-0. There, Smith able to get his reversal. Should be 13-2 now. Lurs of Valentine in the bottom position. Now Smith's going to dig in a leg. See if he can get a few licks in here on top. He looks over at the clock. He's got 40 seconds to go in the match. But Lurs comes around and catches the foot. Now he's come around all the way around, steps in on the Turk. He's got the reversal, but he's also got the leg turked up. It's 15-2. And Lurs now has Smith all flattened out. Smith gets himself up underneath and comes out from under. You had 1 point awarded for stalling, 1 point escape, and then you had 2 point takedown for Lurs with 12 seconds to go. Bottom line is you end up with an 18-3 technical fall for Valentine's Ashton Lurs.
And you could kind of tell coming to the final seconds that I think Ashton even peeked at the scoreboard a little bit. He was thinking of that technical fall, and he was able to get it. So Lurs gets the win by technical fall. And, I was looking at the rankings put out at the beginning of the week by AnyWrestle.com. I think they had Ashton up to number 3.
Oh, was he up to 3? Because I know he was rated 4th earlier.
I think at the beginning of the week they moved him up to 3 at 152. And, well, we've kind of seen why he's ranked that high tonight. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, he's got some skills, and he's, he's definitely got potential to be on that podium, but I'm guessing that his thought pattern is, I want to win the whole thing.
So Caden Wenig comes out for Valentine unopposed at 160. So now you're really getting a tight duel score, as Valentine's going to get another 6 points by a walkover at 170. And with that, I think that's going to move them into the lead now in the duel at 29-27. As we now get ready to go to 182 pounds. And it looks like Gothenburg's going to get the 6th there because their wrestler will be unopposed. So now they go back in front in the dual team score. And now we'll see if we're able to get a match to come out onto the mat. And it looks like we will.
And I'm trying to see, are these, after all that, we're up to 195-pounders here.
Yes, uh-huh.
And again, you know, these teams have, for various reasons, have guys out of their lineups, and that's why you're seeing these walkovers the way you are. But we do have a match here at 195 pounds. And Valentine with the double leg gets a two-point takedown, and I'm just waiting for names to come up. Here we go.
Yep.
Logan Mayhew of Valentine takes that 2-0 lead on the double leg. Your representative for Gothenburg is the sophomore, Braden Winter. So we're 17 seconds into the match. Mayhew of Valentine with the 2-0 lead. He's in the top position on the restart. Winter sits out, squares up, but doesn't get his points. We'll see here how this scored. I'm guessing the officials simply waiting. Are we going to get one or two? And there's the one. So 1 point by Braden Winter. And a sophomore for Gothenburg is on the board, trailing 2-1. Minute 10 to go here in the first period. 195-pound action. Winter takes a little feint shot in there, and Mayhew catches him, and he's hooked up a cradle, scored the takedown. But right now, Logan Mayhew of Valentine, working for that cradle. He's looking for the fall here. And he's got Braden Winter in all kinds of trouble, right in the middle of the mat, and there it is. So at the minute 15 mark of the match, your winner by fall, Logan Mayhew of Valentine.
And that'll put Valentine back in front in the team score, 35-33 now the score. 2 weight classes remaining. We started at 106, so we got 220 left and then 285. And we will see if Gothenburg has anybody coming out at 220. They do. So, yes, we're going to get a match at 220 as things really become interesting coming down the stretch now in this duel.
Because if you remember, Valentine didn't have a heavyweight against Sawyer. So Lee Major here at 220 pounds may be their last wrestler to step out on the mat. Major has a 2-0 lead as he's able to get the takedown. Right now, Lee Major has a hammerlock on Cole Atkinson. Now he's switched off to a cradle, and Atkinson is in all kinds of trouble, and there's your fall. Lee Major, Valentine, able to secure the fall, picks up the 6 points. And if I'm just trying to look at the team score here, Brent.
Well, that should put them up by 8, right?
And if they're up by 8, then the duel is done.
Yes.
Because we know the Valentine, at least in the Broken Bow match, didn't have a representative, and they're not going to have a representative here. So you're going to have the forfeit at 285 goes to Gothenburg.
And that should make your final team score in the duel 41-39 in favor of Valentine. So Valentine picks up the win in the duel as they end up winning it by 2 points in the final team score. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll kind of recap the action of this duel between Valentine and Gothenburg. That'll be coming up right after we pause for these messages. We'll come back to the Broken Bow Middle School auditorium after this 3-minute timeout.
Emergencies to have.
Absolutely.
The next time you're facing one, give Squires Septic Service a call. 870-0717. He's ready to take your call 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
His sewer camera can find problems fast to save you money. Plus, he can clear drains with Roto-Rooter or Jetter. Oh, and Gary has Porta units too. Squires Septic Service of Myrna. 870-0717. Don't wait to call until it's too late.
Absolutely not.
Agland Day TV would like to acknowledge all the local athletes and coaches from our area. We are proud of the athletes for the sportsmanship, hard work, and dedication that they put into each season. Agland Day TV knows all about working hard and playing hard, just like a Polaris. Best of luck to all the local teams from Agland Day TV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Polaris adult models are for riders age 16 and older. Always wear a helmet and be sure to take a training course. Polaris machines are not intended for on-road use.
As you head out the door to support your favorite team and athlete, Don't forget to take Bruning Bank with you. With our free mobile banking app, you can handle your daily banking needs from anywhere, even the bleachers. Check your balance, monitor transactions, deposit checks, and send and receive funds to family and friends with Zelle. Learn more at bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank is a proud sponsor of area athletics and wishes all students a safe and successful season. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Sargent Irrigation may be known worldwide, but their roots are right here in central Nebraska, something they are very proud of. They hire right here in the heartland and know their success is due to those quality employees. As a way of showing support for the community, Sargent Irrigation sponsors high school sports broadcasts so those unable to attend can follow the action. Enjoy the broadcast, sponsored in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
Costa's is your full-service salon on the square in Broken Bow. Ask Nicole about a keratin blowout, a line of customizable keratin smoothing straightening treatments to make your hair healthier, repairing damage and leaving your hair softer and shinier. Go see before and after pictures on the Costa's Facebook page. Men's night is still Wednesday from 4 until 7, and they offer 24-hour tanning as well. Go see Tash, Mary, Nicole, Lana, and Bonnie on the square in Broken Bow.
Winter, a season in Nebraska that is unlike anywhere else. Prepare for hay feeding by talking to Power Solutions. They want to be sure you're spending more time feeding than fixing your equipment. The Vermeer BPX 9010 bale processor is durable and versatile, making haying cattle simple. Give Power Solutions a call at 308-872-5522 or stop by their location just east of Broken Bow on Highway 2. Your local Vermeer dealer for all your equipment and parts, Power Solutions.
Well, let's recap now. The duel between Valentine and Gothenburg really turned into an exciting team battle as Valentine was able to win it 41-39 as your final team score. As we recap the results, we started the duel at 106 pounds where Abel Flores of Gothenburg won by fall over Ethan Bohr of Valentine. Then at 113 pounds, William Springer of Valentine got the win by fall over Caden Margreets. And then again, because Valentine's shorthanded coming into the duels competition tonight, Valentine opened at 120, 126, and 132. So Gothenburg got 6 points in walkovers in those three weight classes. That then took us to 138 pounds where Cody Miller of Valentine won by fall over Austin Chestnut. At 145, good match here between Ty Hotz of Gothenburg and Connor Fowler of Valentine. Hotz got the win by decision 8-3. 152 pounds, Ashton Lures of Valentine won by technical fall over Jamison Smith. At 160, Caden Wenig won by forfeit as Gothenburg was open there at 160. And then Peyton Whitty of Valentine won by forfeit at 170 as Gothenburg was open there. 182, Valentine was open, so Maxwell Wyatt of Gothenburg got the win at 182. That brought us to 195. Logan Mayhew of Valentine winning by fall over Braden Winter of Gothenburg. At 220, Lee Major of Valentine winner by fall over Cole Atkinson. And because of that, that put Valentine up just enough to secure the dual win because they were open at 285. Jacob Olson of Gothenburg came out, got the win by forfeit, but Valentine was still able to hang on and win the duel by a final team score of 41-39. So Valentine goes 1-1 in dual competition here tonight, falling to Broken Bow in our first duel of the night, but then coming back and edging Gothenburg by a final count of 41-39. Again, we want to say thanks to those of you who have been listening on KVSH in Valentine. Appreciate you folks picking up our feed of the dual competition here tonight. Our wrestling coverage will continue for you now on KBBN Radio 95.3 FM and KBBN.com as we get ready for the duel coming up between Broken Bow and Gothenburg. Also a reminder that our video stream is continuing as well. You can access that on KCNI KBBN YouTube and also on the Sandhills Express Facebook page. We'll take another time out. We'll come back and start getting you set up for the Broken Bow Gothenburg duel. That's coming up after this.
You are buying or selling a home, it's probably the single most important decision you will make. That's why you deserve a professional with market knowledge, negotiation skills, and good ethics to assist you. That's Gothenburg Realty. Raylyn, along with Peggy, John, Becky, Sam, Shelley, Melissa, and Stephanie, are ready to go to work for you. Call 308-537-7676 today and get started on the path to buying or selling a property. Whether commercial, residential, or acreage, they can help. Gothenburg Realty, Incorporated.
The Tumbleweed Cafe is happy to sponsor this sports broadcast. Schedules are busy. Sometimes it's hard to plan meals with the family. That's okay because the Tumbleweed has delicious home-style food waiting for you. They are also looking for some new members for their work family. The Tumbleweed is a great place to work. Even if it is just one day a week, they would love to talk to you. Open 7 days a week, the Tumbleweed Cafe on East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Geared for Sports in Broken Bow was all about gearing you up for sports. You knew that, though. Whether it's for participating or cheering from the stands, they have it. Right now, through the 15th, all regular price shoes are marked 20% off. So head through their doors on West Highway 2 and bring your feet to do some test fitting. Geared for Sports, open Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturdays 10 to 4. Get your gear at Geared for Sports in Broken Bow.
Talk to Trotter Fertilizer to get results from your field this season and upcoming seasons in the future. The technology they utilize will identify how your field is different than others, allowing them to give suggestions on how you can improve production. That, of course, means more profits for you. Trotter Fertilizer looks forward to partnering with you. Proud to help bring you this wrestling broadcast featuring our local student athletes. Trotter Fertilizer.
Duda Plumbing is your one-stop shop for everything plumbing. So if your new, commercial, or remodeled property needs help in the plumbing department, call Scott at 872-3402. Ask Scott about getting on the schedule for regular septic pumping so you don't have to remember anymore. Scott can do sewer camera inspections too. For over 20 years, proud to support the area wrestlers on the mat, Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
When you visit your friends at T. Walker's on Main Street in Gothenburg, you'll find delicious homemade meals just like Mom used to make. Plus, daily specials are served with a smile. Make sure you try a delicious homemade pie when you're there, too. Open Monday to Friday, 11 to 2, and 4 to 9. Closed Saturdays and open Sundays, 11 to 2. The Walker reputation for homemade quality food lives on at T. Walker's of Gothenburg. Follow them on Facebook at T. Walker's on Main Street to keep up with their specials.
Broken Bow Livestock provides cattle producers a place to buy and sell their livestock. When you're needing to market or purchase, call Drew Gaffney at 872-1105 to discuss what Broken Bow Livestock can do for you. They are proud of their personalized customer service coupled with competitive livestock marketing. Call Drew Gaffney with your questions at 872-1105. He looks forward to making cattle auctions a breeze for you.
And we welcome you back to the Broken Bow Middle School Auditorium, getting ready for our final duel of the night, which will put Gothenburg up against Broken Bow. Of course, these two teams will both be involved over the weekend in Gothenburg when Gothenburg hosts the Gothenburg Duels. And as I bring Kirk Crowley back into the broadcast, Kirk, I think that you were mentioning to me one of the teams that I think a lot of us were really excited to see at the Duels was Waverly, scheduled to be there. I know that in talking to Coach Ed Schaaf earlier this week for the Broken Bow Wrestling Report, they were excited to see Waverly there this weekend, but word coming down now that Waverly might not be there to compete over the weekend.
I talked to Coach Tom Scott of Gothenburg, and they're not expecting Waverly to attend that meet as they're shutting things down due to illnesses and things such as that, and which is a good thing, a good decision on Waverly's part if they're struggling in that. But for the spectators and the coaches and the kids, you'll really miss having them there at that tournament. That would have been fun. It's always fun to see somebody from clear out of your area that you don't normally see, and Waverly's good, really good.
I know that for you and I, we were thinking of 285 pounds, where if Waverly was going to be healthy and be there, we were looking at a possible great match at 285 if Waverly met
as well as personal attention for every customer. That commitment carries on to supporting the area youth in all of their school activities, whether athletic or academic. It's their sincerest hope that these same young people will become their valued customers throughout the years to come. Enjoy this broadcast, sponsored in part by the First State Bank of Gothenburg, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Isn't life crazy? One day your fender gets dented by a runaway shopping cart. The next day, your kid's college entrance exam is a runaway success.
Yes, I got accepted.
But that's life. Some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. No worries, your State Farm agent is here in all of life's moments, the good and the not so good, to help life go right. So good day, bad day, any day, let's talk.
Contact State Farm agent Donna Cahill in Broken Bow and Gothenburg at 308-872-5171.
And as we bring you back to the Broken Bow Middle School Auditorium, we are underway now in the opening match of our varsity duel between Broken Bow and Gothenburg. We're starting this one at 113 pounds. Wilson Susel-Zinn is representing Broken Bow there, gets an early takedown. We're just underway. He's up 2-1, and we'll turn the call over to Kirk Crowley.
As Brent said, Wilson Susel-Zinn with the early takedown. Caden Margreets, the junior for Gothenburg, able to get the escape here, and it's a 2-1 score in favor of Wilson Susel-Zinn. Correction, 4-1 now as Wilson scrambles around back. He is quick, and he's down to weight. He's where he wants to be. He spent the first part of the year up at 120 pounds, and his descent plan didn't allow him to get down to 113 until after Christmas time, but he's down there now, and there'll be some people take notice of him. He's going to be tough down there. Same weight he was wrestling at last year, and boy, his quickness and his tenacity, he can do some things down there, do some damage. Zinn right now wrestling tough on top, has that 4-1 lead. Caden Margreets, the junior, trying to protect things here. Now trying to keep from getting tipped onto his back. Zinn now scrambles around back. Margreets back up to his table. 45 seconds to go here in the first period. Wilson with the 4-1 lead. Wrestling taking place right along the edge. Margreets gets back to his base. And Zinn ties things up on top. Again, 4-1 lead in favor of Wilson on the strength of those two takedowns as we go out of bounds. So we'll come back in on the restart. Wilson walks in, looks at his coaches, looks over at the clock. Caden Margreets gets himself set. Here comes Wilson. There's the whistle. Zinn, strong at 113 pounds, but his quickness is what really, really helps him out here. He stops Margreets' first move, and right now he's trying to get a turn here with 15 seconds to go in that first period. He's flattened Margreets out. Wilson's just been tough on top here. He's got the wrist tied up on the near side, down under 5 seconds, and he's going to finish this period on top as Margreets sits out. And there's the end of the first period. So the two takedowns by Wilson Susel-Zinn give him that 4-1 lead. It looks like Margreets' choice, and Caden's going to take neutral. So here we go. There's Zinn again with that movement. Snaps the head down, keeps his feet moving, circles around back, picks up his 2 in the first 7 seconds of the second period. Margreets tries to sit out, tries to catch the head. Zinn simply follows him around back. 6-1 lead for Wilson Susel-Zinn. Wilson's tied up the wrist on the near side, trying to come around on that side. Margreets does a good job of hipping down on it. Zinn comes back around back. Steps through on the leg. You could hear Coach Schaaf hollering at him. Step through the leg. Margreets does a good job, though, of squaring up now. He's come up to his feet, pilled his hands, gets his escape. 6-2 lead now for Wilson. Wilson has 3 takedowns. Margreets trying to get his first one here in the second period. Oh, wow, nice duck under by Wilson. Comes around, keeps his feet moving, scores a 2. It's 8-2 now for Wilson. Wow, really nice.
And showed his quickness on that move, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Wouldn't it be great to have that kind of quicks? Not that I don't have them now, but I never had them. And he just cuts Margreets loose. So we're back up on our feet, 8-3. And you can see Wilson now feeling pretty comfortable. Takes a straight-on shot. Margreets blocks that, but sees Zinn's coming around the corner again, and there's the 2. 10-3. the quickness. Caden Marguerite's just having a hard time keeping up with the motor that Wilson Susel Zinn's running right now. Down to 25 seconds to go in the second period. Wilson with the 10-3 lead hits a little pancake action right along the edge of the mat, and we go out of bounds. There'll be no change. Caden Marguerite of Gothenburg will come back in. He'll get set on the bottom. We'll see if Wilson can and Wilson looks over at his corner. Looks like they're going to put Marguerite down. And Wilson's going to try to finish this period on top with 22 seconds to go. Marguerite does a good job of getting to his feet there. Scores the 1. Zinn just cuts him loose. But again, stops the shot by Marguerite, keeps his feet moving, comes around the corner, picks up the 2. Wow, just nice job of stopping that initial straight-on shot. Marguerite's getting a little frustrated there, just takes that straight-on shot, and Zinn hustles around the corner and makes it 12-4. And the choice goes to Wilson, and not to anybody's surprise, he's going to go up on his feet. Wilson has 6 takedowns in this match. Starts there with the hard collar tie. Marguerite is pushing in. There's a snap down. We'll see if he hustles around here. Zinn snapping down, covers the head. Still covering the head. There's the snap down. Now if he'll get up on his toes, we'll see if he can run his feet. Marguerite is trying to tie those wrists up underneath. There, you can see him get up on his toes. Wilson trying to come around the corner. Marguerite's trying to work a little Kelly action, tapping the knee. Zinn squares up. Now Zinn dumps Marguerite to his hip. Still nobody scored in this position, and there's the 2. Zinn with the 2. Marguerite tried a little Kelly action, reached across, tapped the knee. Zinn countered it, squared up, dumped the hip, came around, scored it. 7 takedowns, 14-4. Minute 15 to go. Zinn waits with his 10-point lead here. And now Wilson's got to start thinking about things. Do I want to get a tech fall? Do I want to, anything to help that team score? Marguerite tries to work a little roll through. Zinn catches him, and now he's dumped him on his back, and there's 3 points coming. Mr. Fabinger awards the 3. It's 17-4. Now you're looking at that tech fall if you're Wilson. There's the cut loose. You'll have to get 2 takedowns in this situation. 2 and 1, 2 and 1. There's a straight-on shot. Marguerite tries to roll through. Zinn able to come out of it. Scores 2. So now it's 19-5, 14-point spread. 40 seconds, plenty of time here. We'll see what Wilson does. Marguerite right now has the leg caught, trying to force himself into it. I'm not sure that Caden can do much with that leg, although it's eating up clock. Wilson needs to reach. There he goes. Tries to reach for the ankle, try to step through on a Turk situation. He's got the far wrist tied up. There he gets him dumped to a hip. He cuts him loose. There's the 1. There's the snap down on the head. We'll see if Wilson can hustle around. He's got 5 seconds to try to score. You can hear the coaching staff getting after him. He's got to step the leg to get it, and there it is.
Wow.
With 1 second to go, he got the 2. He got the tech fall. That's just really hard work by Wilson Susel Zinn.
And he gets the bonus points and gets 5 for the team to put Broken Bow in front, 5-0 after the opening match of this duel. Well, on the scoreboard that we're looking at, now I think they're going to. The scoreboard here actually had like 17-0, but I think they were counting JV matches, right?
You're talking team score.
Yeah, team score.
Because that match ended up
back. Okay, they're getting it back to where it needs to go. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss something. So our team score in the varsity duel is 5-0 now. Broken Bow wins the opening match.
Right.
Since we have a moment, we will tell you in the JV matches earlier, Jesse Gallion of Broken Bow, winner by fall over Xander Ruza of Gothenburg. Jerry Sittler of Broken Bow, winner by fall over Gavin Peterson. And Casey Walgren of Gothenburg won by fall over Chase Gorham. Those in the JV matches wrestled a little bit earlier tonight. All right, we go to 120 pounds. Match underway. And again, here's Kirk to call it.
We should have Tyler Tremblay here, the sophomore for Gothenburg with a 500 record. And he's wrestling Will Moniger, the freshman for Broken Bow. As Brent said, 120-pounders here. No score in this match as we're about 30 seconds into it. Man, you just have to be so impressed with how hard Wilson worked in that match, that last match. Man, when you get a guy that comes out and sets the tone like that, there's quick and there's all that, but he also just works so hard. I was really impressed with that effort. So we'll move on to 120 pounds here, about a minute into the match. We have no score. Will Moniger, the freshman for Broken Bow, started off his season this year by winning the Broken Bow Invite. Kind of took the world by storm there, and he's had a good season. He's got a winning record, competed well. I'm sure he's got some goals for down the road here. But right now, he's got Tyler Tremblay right in front of him here, the sophomore for Gothenburg, and nobody right now scored. Nobody's really taking a risk to try to get in on a shot. There's a shot by Tremblay. Moniger able to get that stopped. Tremblay now has got the long arms trying to reach to the leg, but when your arms get long, you lose some of your power. Moniger's going to hustle around back and get his 2. 2-point takedown for Will Moniger. Good job by Will knowing where he was there, being patient. Tremblay sits out. Moniger just comes around back. Wrestling taking place right along the edge of the mat. Period winding down here. Moniger with the takedown and the 2-point lead. So we've got 1 period in the books. Mr. Pfeiffer brings them back. Tyler Tremblay of Gothenburg, he has the choice. Tyler's going to defer, and Will's going to go down. So Will gets himself set. And here comes Tyler. 2-0 lead for Moniger. Moniger up to his feet quickly. Comes around on a standing switch action, gets his 2. Takes a 4-0 lead here early in the second period. Moniger riding that right side, tying up the wrist. Tremblay in that 3-legged table, trying to get his own wrist owned. There he gets his hands out front, but he just kind of stalls out there. Moniger runs him forward. Comes between the legs, trying to look for that wrist underneath. A lot of pressure forward here by Will. Trying to lift the leg, See if he steps through here. Trying to work in that left hand, trying to elevate here. Tremblay keeping his head up right along the edge of the mat. Moniger pulls him back in, trying to work that chain a little bit, get the wrist caught underneath there. Moniger trying to elevate the hips, trying to step through. There he does. He gets the turn, and there's the fall. Wow. Good job by Will Moniger. Again, a lot of patience there, knew where he was, knew where the edge of the mat was, and he's able to win by fall.
So Moniger picks up the win for Broken Bow by fall at 120 pounds, and that'll give Broken Bow 6 points on the team score. So through 2 matches, Broken Bow with the early lead 11-0 in the duel, as that moves us now to 126.
And stepping out for Broken Bow, Braylon Reinierson. I believe Braylon's 15-4 so far this year. Talk about a guy who started off his season by making people stand up and take notice. Won the Broken Bow Invite. Beat last year's state champion, Baker from St. Paul, in that tournament. And people kind of stood up and noticed when that happened, and Braylon's continued on. And his opponent is Christopher Flores. Flores, a freshman, but he's had a good season. He's 13-10 on the year.
And Braylon won at Aquinas over the weekend, right?
Yeah. Braylon's one of those guys he's kind of paid his dues, and he's worked hard, and he's just stayed with the course, and it's really paying off for him this year. Plus, he's dropped down to a weight where he's not undersized.
Mm-hmm.
A little shot by Flores, but Braylon again blocks that off. Now Braylon moving around, trying to score, but Flores does a good job of squaring up. Reinierson, though, heavy on the head. Tries to work a little drag through there. Flores, nice drag by Reinierson, but we're going to end up off the mat. Flores was he was out of bounds. His hands were in, and Braylon hit him with a little short drag there. Tried to come around and score it, just ran out of real estate, but really good knowledge of where he was. A little swing down on a single by Reinerson. Now he comes up with it. We'll see if he switches off to a double. Flores tries to kick him through on a high flyer. Reinerson drops his hips, tees out, and he's got 2 for takedown, and he's got Flores on his back. Flores, though, man, he's rolling through. He gets to reversal, and he's got Reinerson in a little bit of trouble. So the scoreboard shows 4-2 here. 4-2 in favor of Reinerson. But, wow, Flores, his hips must be pretty dangerous here. It's 4-4 now. So we had 2 and a near. We had a reversal and a near fall. Bottom line is we're out of this first period. And this one, that first period, if that's a commercial of what we've got for the next 2 periods, this is going to be awesome. These 2 guys are getting after it. Impressive with Christopher Flores and his hips.
Am I going to get to hear the fur is flying
from
Kurt Crawley here in a minute or not?
You might. You just might, I tell you. I'm impressed with Flores. Is dangerous with those hips. Reinerson in the bottom position. Flores comes around, looks like he's looking for a cradle. Reinerson up to his feet, gets a neutral position, takes a 5-4 lead. And these 2 guys are not backing off each other. Up on their feet, Flores with his back to the out of bounds. There's a little swing single by Reinerson. He's in on the leg. Flores again trying to hook up that high flyer. You can see what he wants. Reinerson's going to have to be careful not to tip on a hip there. Flores on his knees. Reinerson squared up out in front. Both guys on their knees up to their feet, and there's a little short drag again by Reinerson. You could see Reinerson started to come up. Flores started to come up with him. Reinerson hit the short drag, came around, scored the 2, takes a 7-4 lead. Wow, that was nice. Baited him a little bit, and as soon as he saw his opportunity, got around on that short drag, which is what we saw similar on the out of bounds. He just ran out of real estate. And there, Reinerson just cranks Flores over. Man, that was close. Looks like Mr. Favinger's holding 2 near fall, hasn't awarded them. So it's a 7-4 lead for Reinerson, but it's more than that. There's the wing in. We'll see if he goes to the wrist on the far side. He does, traps the wrist, got an arm bar, and just cranks Flores over. And right now, Reinerson's strength is showing up. 30 seconds to go here in the second period, and there's the fall. Wow. Reinerson just cranked him over there with that wrist in a bar and just walked him over and scored the fall in the second period.
Flores of Gothenburg battles tough, but Braylon Reinerson going to get the win by fall at 126 pounds to lengthen Broken Bow's team lead to 17-0 after the opening 3 matches of this final duel of the night between Broken Bow and Gothenburg, and that'll move us up now to 132 pounds.
And I was just sitting here thinking, have we seen a 132-pound match yet tonight?
No, we have not.
I think this is our first one. So
well, it was our first match at 120 and 126 too.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Well, we do have a couple 132-pounders out here waiting for names to pop up here. Ty Crease of Gothenburg with 11-11 sophomore scores the takedown on Trayton Hurlburt. Trey, 8-7 junior for Broken Bow. Again, these guys are 132 pounds. And I'm not sure, that may not be exactly what these 2 guys wrestle at, but it's what they're wrestling at today to help their team out. Because I know Trey's bumped up here from 126, so he's a little undersized, but hey, he's helping his team out. And right now, Trey's trying to hook up a little bit of a roll. And Crease does a good job of countering that, and Ty Crease throws in the left leg. Got a crossbody ride here, just under a minute to go in the first period. Gothenburg's Crease with the 2-0 lead on the takedown. Crease doing a good job there with those legs, keeping the pressure in. Good job by Hurlburt. Now he's got the arm caught, and he's trying to pull that chain down over the top, create a little bit of room so he can come out the back door. Crease settles back in, though, throws in both legs, and now gets himself settled back in the saddle. Powers in the half's got the left hand trying to come in on the half. Now it goes full crossbody, underhooks, comes back off, cracks on the head a little bit. Hurlburt's Just stays underneath, keeps good position. Kreese comes off the legs. Trying to run Hurlburt forward. And you see Trey's looking for that wrist. I'm not sure. Just trying to get the leg up and trying to score. We've got the towel guy out. And that's going to be the end of the period. So the only score was the takedown by Ty Kreese of Gothenburg. And if I'm mispronouncing that name, I apologize. It's just a very strong possibility. Looks like Hurlburt's going to go down. Trayton Hurlburt down on the bottom. He's trailing 2-0, second period. Kreese does a good job here of stopping Trey's action, but Trey reaches back for the head. Hurlburt's got the leg, Kreese tries to get a leg in. Hurlburt gets the leg out, and we'll see how this winds up. Usually when the guy's got a leg in, you don't want to be grabbing his head. And right now, Kreese has flattened Hurlburt out. But Hurlburt gets the arm down and avoids the guillotine action. Kreese settles back, gets the leg out, comes back around. Trayton trying to get his head up. Kreese keeps running him forward. Kreese gets the right leg in. Both these guys are a lot of legs and a lot of arms. Hurlburt's trying to pull him down underneath. He's got control of the wrist. Kreese has the right leg laced in, however. And right now, not a lot of action going on here. Kreese trying to scramble back in the saddle. Needs to get his hips up. Hurlburt's trying to reach up for the head. You can see he's trying to pull on that chain, trying to reach up for the head. And Kreese trying to settle back in the saddle there. Kreese gets in a power half, gets himself back in, gets settled back in a little bit. And now Kreese going to work on that half. He's got the left-hand half in. We'll see if he steps off the body and tries to tee out here. Trayton doing a good job of fighting this, but Kreese coming up and attacking the head now, and now he's getting a count, picking up back points. Gothenburg's Ty Kreese picking up the back points here. Trayton Hurlburt trying to avoid the fall. We got the towel boy out. We'll see if Trayton's able to avoid this, and he does. Period ends. So 3-point near fall awarded. Ty Kreese extends his lead to 5-0 as we go to the third period. And it looks like we're going to start this third period in the neutral position. So Hurlburt looking to try to get himself on the board, looking for something big here. He's down 5-0. Plenty of time to get himself back in. But there's a shot by Kreese in on the leg. Trayton trying to come around, but he hasn't covered the head first. So Kreese is tied up. Oh, there he cracks the hands loose. And Trey's trying to come around back. But Kreese able to crack his hip down. Trayton now trying to work up. He's got the ankle. He's got a crossface, but he's got his hip on the mat. He needs to get that hip up. Try to scramble around, and here he comes. There's his two. Good job by Trayton. He gets the right leg laced in there and comes up on top. Got his hip up, picked up his two, and now down by 3. Right leg in. Kreese trying to force himself back into Hurlburt, trying to get underneath that leg. And he's reached down and got it. We'll see if Trey's trying to attack the head, trying to get a tilt here. Trayton doesn't have much going on in the bottom part, but he's getting counts. It's 5-2, but I think we're coming. There's the 3. They're not awarded, but Trayton's got those earned. It's 5-5 now, even though those 3 are coming. But Hurlburt's thinking about a fall here.
30 seconds left.
Trayton's looking at that body scissors. And now he comes up on top. He throws both legs in, and Hurlburt gets the fall. With 20 seconds to go, your winner by fall, Trayton Hurlburt. Oh, my goodness. Good job by Trayton. He stepped up, got the legs laced in, and secured the fall.
So Hurlburt gets the win at 132 pounds. Great match
between
the two. Hey, we want to say thanks to the Garden Center helping us with our broadcast tonight. They're always prepared with the items you may need no matter what time of year it is. Open Tuesday through Friday 10 to 5:30. Open Saturday 10 to 2. Located 1 block south off Highway 2, just turned by the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow. Proud to sponsor sports coverage on the radio, the Garden Center in Broken Bow. And as action continues in our final duel of the night, we move now to 145 pounds. 138.
Should be 138, right. And Amarion McFarland representing Broken Bow here at 138 pounds. And I believe this is Austin Chestnut of Gothenburg. I'll confirm that here in just a minute. No score right now. It is Austin. Austin, a junior here, and he gets the takedown on Amarion McFarland. Amarion also a junior. Chestnut with the early 2-0 lead here at 138 pounds. Chestnut trying to run a little bar action there, and McFarland not cooperating at all. Chestnut now trying to hook up a cradle, trying to step on around. See if he's able to take it on through. He does. He's got McFarland in some trouble with this cradle right in the middle of the mat, and there's the fall. 50 seconds into the bout. Your winner by fall is Austin Chestnut of Gothenburg.
So that'll put Gothenburg on the scoreboard as far as the team score is concerned. Your duel now has Broken Bow leading 23-6. And again, if you're just joining us, Broken Bow a little bit shorthanded with some of the guys that you would normally be seeing out there at the varsity level. Cyrus Wells, who would normally be at 132, not here tonight. Connor Wells, normally at 138 as we come into the new year. He's not here tonight, so therefore you see some of the junior varsity kids stepping up and really giving a good account of themselves tonight.
It's their opportunity. It's next man up, and those are the guys. That's your future there, and as you said, Brent, really doing a nice job here. And speaking of, here's Dakota Baum. Dakota's seen some more varsity experience here tonight. He's seen some this year. His opponent is Ty Hotz. We're at 145 pounds. No score here. Hotz won his first match of the night against the Valentine wrestler Fowler, I believe, was his opponent. Really a good match. Potentially dangerous situation here. Mr. Pfeiffer stops the action. We'll go back. We'll still be in that neutral position on our feet. 1:16 to go in the first period. No score. Hotz comes straight in, and Baum kind of catches him, tries to come around. Dakota kind of wrestling on his knees and reaching a little bit, and Hotz kind of he stretches that leg out, and now he's got Baum caught out front. We'll see if Baum's able to drag out of this. Right now, Hotz has crushed him down on a hip, and he comes around and scores the 2. And sometimes you see that when you've got a senior and a sophomore, a little more strength, a little more savvy, just mat experience coming into play, and Dakota took that straight-on shot and kind of stalled out on his knees there, and Hotz took advantage of it. 30 seconds to go here in the first period. Hotz in that top position, riding the right side. Baum able to get up on his table. Hotz with all the pressure forward here. Keeps running him forward, Hotz elevating those hips. Trying to come up and get a turn, comes up to the head, slips in the left-hand half, and he's got Dakota in all kinds of knotted up, and then Dakota comes out of that and almost cracks him with the crossface and steps over it. Bottom line is the period ends, you end up with a 2-0 score in favor of Hotz. Now you got officials talking. I'm wondering if they're talking about when he came up on that half with that leg tied up. They're just talking about that situation and if that's a penalty situation or if they're going to move on.
Well, earlier tonight we mentioned how big of a night it is for high school sports here at Broken Bow. You got the wrestling going on here. A top 10 Class C1 girls basketball matchup happening in the high school gymnasium, and it is all Broken Bow. At last report, as they were nearing the end of the third, Broken Bow 57, Kearney Catholic 19 in girls basketball. My goodness.
Wow. Wow, that's impressive. And there again, you don't know the strength of teams, just like we've seen the strength of teams here tonight. So not saying that's the case. I can't say one way or the other, but
But I think it's worth noting that we don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I seem to note that I don't know things a lot anymore.
You and I are both getting really good at that.
But at least we're smart enough to note that we don't know.
And in fact, people usually don't even need us to tell them. They know it.
Oh. Well, we're in the second period here of this match, and Ty Hotz has that 2-0 lead over Dakota Bomb. Dakota trying to score out from underneath, and Hotz has done a good job of keeping the pressure forward. You can see Dakota's got his hips up, but his head's usually down on the mat, and that's because of the pressure of Hotz. We roll out of bounds here, so Dakota's going to come back in. Looks over his coaching staff as he comes back in. Gets himself set, and Dakota looking to get on the board here, scoring off the bottom. Mr. Pfeiffer signals for Ty to get on, and Hotz is aboard. There's your sit-out by Dakota Bomb. Good action right off the whistle. Comes back, kind of stalls out on his base here, though. Hotz, and granted, Hotz is the guy that's creating that, putting pressure on top. Wrist tied up underneath. Hotz has the wrist tied up. Now Dakota's trying to reach in there and get that wrist free so he can get some action underneath. But Hotz has the left hand caught across the belly of Bomb. Now you've got a warning for stalling on Dakota Bomb. Dakota trying to get that arm out of there. And there he tries to sit out, and Hotz steps off, though, and catches him. And now Hotz working for the fall. He's scoring back points here, and Dakota's trying to keep that shoulder up, but Hotz is in pretty good position here, and there's the fall. So winner by fall at 3:54 of the match is Ty Hotz of Gothenburg.
Good night for Ty Hotz of Gothenburg. Goes 2-0 at the triangular here tonight. That gives Gothenburg 6 more points in the team score. So now your team score has Broken Bow leading 23-12. Fort County Heating and Air owners Brian Hogg and Austin Cox serve the area with a combined 20 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They provide free estimates and 24-hour service. Hey, you want to be ready for the cold weather. You want that heater to be working, and so they can help you out. Call Fort County Heating and Air in Broken Bow, 872-2258.
And here's a match, Brent, at 152 pounds that I thought would be a good pairing here. Jameson Smith of Gothenburg, and he's wrestling Jack Myers of Broken Bow. Smith the senior, Myers the junior, but I just felt like these two guys could really, it was a good pairing and could be some good action in this match. Both of them wrestling Ashton Lurs earlier in the night, and Ashton Lurs is the real deal and not a pleasant experience for either one of these guys. But these two guys are good wrestlers, and they'll be good competition here. 40 seconds in, we don't have a score. Action right in the middle of the mat. Smith moving to his left. Myers just pivoting. Now Myers ties up the head. Wrestlers tied up ear to ear here. There, create a little space, head-to-head. Tough to score on that ear-to-ear situation. Things are just so tight you can't create any distance. Just can't get anything going. There's a little straight-on feint shot by Smith. Myers easily fends that off. There comes Jack underneath. He's got the far arm caught underneath here. Smith doing a good job of squaring it up. Now, Jameson tries to come around, but we end up out of bounds. 27 seconds to go, no score here. Both guys on the block, and here we go. Last 25 seconds of the first period, no score. Myers ties up the head. Smith wipes it off. Smith seems to be a little more comfortable working from the distance. Comes in, ties up the head now. Jack just squares up with him. Down inside at 10 seconds to go. First period winding down, wrestling taking place right along the edge. No score here at 152 pounds, and there's the end of that period. So we'll come back in here. Looks like choice is going to be to Jack, and Jack's going to go down. Jack Myers trying to score off the bottom, looking for the first point scored in the match. Jamison Smith of Gothenburg mounts up on the right side. Picks the ankle, flattens Jack out. Jack gets his hips back up. Smith now has that wrist tied up underneath, picks the ankle again. Jack gets his hands out front, and we'll see if he can get himself built up into his base. Smith with a lot of pressure forward. There, Jack's hips come up. Smith trying to reach underneath, trying to tie up some wrist. There, Jack gets his hips out. We'll see if he's able to keep circling in. Good action there. Smith with the reverse of fortunes there, comes around the other way. Ends up getting back around, goes right back to picking that ankle, flatten out Myers. I like Jack's action there, though, on that. Got himself built up. Just wasn't quite able to score, and Smith did a good job of countering. Good crossface there by Smith. Jack catches the hand coming in. There comes that crossface again. There it comes across again. Jack's getting kind of familiar with that, and he's got his hips up underneath there. Smith's hanging around back, but he really hasn't done a whole lot, just ridden those hips. Jack hasn't been able to get his hips out on other than that one situation. Looks like we got a warning for unnecessary roughness, I believe was the call. 1 point awarded to Jack Myers. I kind of wondered about that. Those crossfaces started to kind of come rapid and pretty intense. So that 1 point, that penalty point, becomes the only point scored in the match, and Myers takes a 1-0 lead. Down to the last 25 seconds here of the second period, and Smith has done a good job of stopping the movement by Jack Myers, but he hasn't been able to do much with him under there. Got a little frustrated, ended up giving up 1 point. And Myers now trying to get those hips on out in the last 10 seconds. Smith looking at a cradle, near side cradle. We'll see if he's able to get a tip here on it, but he's not going to as the period runs out. So we go to that third and final period. The penalty point awarded to Jack Myers, the only points in the match. Jamison Smith of Gothenburg goes down. Jack needs a 2-minute ride here. He'll take that 1-0 lead. Smith pods up. Myers trying to reach under for the arm. Smith trying to come back up again. Sits out. Myers tries to keep up. Oh, there. Myers tries to get the tip. He's got the near side leg laced in, near side head, and there should be a count. There is a count. Myers is scoring here. That kind of caught Smith by surprise. Now Jack's stepping off. We'll see if he can get teed out. He's not going to. But, wow, that kind of came out of nowhere. Jack laced that near side leg in, and the official now awards the 3 points, and that is a huge 3-point award. 4-0 Jack Myers. Wow, he just slipped that in there and really did a nice job with that near side head, the leg lace. 4-0 lead for Jack Myers, and we're coming down to 1:05 to go. And Smith gets himself built up underneath here. Smith looked like he had Myers a little bit on the ropes in that underneath position, and Jack got the leg laced in and scored the 3. Takes the 4-0 lead, and we're under a minute to go. Myers on top with the 4-0 lead. Smith not able to get much action going now. Jack's got him flattened out right in the middle of the mat. Down under 40 seconds. Myers again just riding tough here. Smith now gets his hands out front, gets his knees up, and he's going to have to get to work real quick here. Myers keeping good position. Smith potting up, trying to turn in. He's got the leg of Myers. Now Myers can afford to give up points. He just can't afford to give up big points. There, Jack cuts him loose. It's 4-1 now, 13 seconds to go. Smith's got to have a big move. Jack knows that. 4-1, you're down under 10 seconds. There Jack drops down on the single leg, and he's just going to grab a hold of that leg and keep it as the period runs out. And Jack Myers wins the match 4-1. Big win for Jack Myers, and just smart wrestling there. That was a good match.
Yeah, you expected a good competitive match, and that's what we got. Jack Myers gets the win, though, by decision, and that's 3 more points to add to Broken Bow's team score as they lead in the duel now by a score of 26-12. And it looks like Broken Bow is going to get a walkover now at 160 pounds. So we'll see who we have coming out at 170. And I don't think Gothenburg has anyone at 170 either, do they?
I don't believe so. So it looks like Linder's going to pick up that forfeit.
So Linder will get the forfeit at 170. It was Zach Gaffney who came out, got the win for Broken Bow by forfeit at 160. So that's going to bring us to 182. And we'll get to see Max Denson now for the first time tonight for Broken Bow. Max was unopposed in the Valentine duel. Now he'll get a matchup here at 182 pounds in the Gothenburg duel.
And we are underway here, and I believe this is Braden Winter. Nope, it looks like it's Maxwell Wyatt, freshman for Gothenburg. Max Denson with the 2-0 lead here on his takedown in the first period. Denson seems like one of those guys that's been around for a long time. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to Coach Schaaf about that during our wrestling report this week. I said, you know, he feels like a veteran, but he's a sophomore.
He's been out of season wrestling, doing a lot of things like that, and competing, you know, for a long time. But yeah, as a sophomore, it just seems like. And how would you like to be the other coaches? They're probably thinking, when's this kid going to graduate?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not for a couple of years. And right now, Max is just working to attack the head, and he's got a half here. And Max is going to end up getting this fall in 1 minute and 1 second of the first period. Your winner by fall, Max Denson, the sophomore for Broken Bow.
So Denson gets the win, and we're now going to move to 195 pounds. Should see Cal Wells coming out for Broken Bow here. Again, this duel started at 113 pounds. We've moved up to 195 now as Broken Bow leads in the duel by a team score of 44-12.
So Cal Wells, a freshman here for Broken Bow. His opponent, Braden Winter. Braden, a sophomore for Gothenburg. So two young guys here and at an upper weight, 195 pounds. And you have to keep in mind all these dual scores and the dual wins and all that. If you're a team that's looking to try to get into that state dual competition, winning these duels on the team side of things is big if you want to try to qualify for that competition. So Broken Bow's helped themselves tonight. No score here at 195 pounds. Cal he's for a freshman, he's pretty even-keeled, doesn't panic too much, keeps good position. Really done a good job for the Broken Bow Indians this year. 22-match winner for the Indians as a freshman at 195. That's pretty impressive. Down under a minute here. There, Wells comes in on a blast double, knows where he's at, tries to drag his toes, and he does. Really nice job there by Cal, knew exactly where he was along the edge. Got those toes in.
Now, that's what you call mat awareness.
Definitely,
right?
Definitely. And that size 11 probably helps out over the size 9.
Yeah.
So we're back in on the restart. Wells on top. He has a 2-0 lead, 35 seconds to go in the first period. As Brent said, we started this duel at 113 pounds. We're up to 195. Couple matches to go after this one. Wells right now in control of Braden Winter. Winter tries to get his hips up, but he can't get his chest up off the mat as Wells runs him forward, has a wrist trapped on the near side. There, Braden gets his hands back out front. Tries to post that right foot out, but that's the end of the period. So we're headed to the second period. Takedown by Cal. The only point scored in the first period, and Cal's going to go down here in the second. He's set, and here comes Braden Winter. Swedes aboard, and here we go. Sit out by Wells, comes around. Winter trying to keep up, trying to lace in a leg. We'll see how that works out here. Now it kind of scrambles back around back. Wells has got his table set, and you can see Winter would like to get that left leg laced in there. He just hasn't ever quite got it hooked in. There he's flattened out Cal. Cal, though, immediately gets his hips back up off the mat. The leg is in. And Winter's trying to come up, attack the head a bit, but Wells gets the leg out, gets back to his base, tries to turn in, comes back to his base. Now Winter crashes down on a hip, and Wells comes around on a switch and scores. Winter kind of collapsed down there on his hip, and as soon as Wells felt that pressure off of him, came around to his right, hit the switch, got his 2-point reversal, takes the 4-0 lead. Down to 1 minute to go here in the second period. Wells on top with his 4-0 lead. Cal with that left-hand tight waist. Winter flattened out along the edge. Nose right along the out of bounds. Braden gets his hips up, and Wells riding the right side. Tries to catch the wrist underneath. Wells again with that left-hand tight waist, trying to pull the hips down. Winter doing a good job of keeping his hips up there. Braden gets his head up, but Wells chops him down. And Winter has to go back through building himself back up, which gets pretty tiresome on your gas tank there when you're always continually trying to build yourself back up to a base. Now Wells working a little head lever action right along the edge of the map. Wells is in, Winter's out, and the period's out. So we have a 4-0 lead. We're headed to the third period. Wells with the 4-0 lead, and we're going to be in the neutral position. Cal circling to his right. Winter comes in, tries to dig in that left-hand underhook. Wells breaks free from that. Both wrestlers banging on the head a little bit. There's a straight-on shot by Braden. Wells hustles around back, picks up his 2. 6-0 now the score, 30 seconds into the third period. Wells with that 6-0 lead. Cal's been pretty much in control in the match here. Trying to break Winter down. Braden's done a good job here on trying to get back to his base, but right now he's up on his side and Wells has caught the wrist underneath. Braden needs to get his hip turned down, get himself squared up, but right now that isn't a possibility as Cal comes up and attacks the head. He's trying to slip in a left-hand half. Here comes the left-hand half. He steps off, tees out, and this just might end the match here. Deep left-hand half. Wells in good pinning position here, and Winter's going to get the arm through. Good job by Braden. Didn't punt there, fought it through, got the arm fought through underneath. 3 points awarded to Wells. Wells now has a major decision with the 9-0 lead. Now he's going back on a corkscrew action. He's got the arms tied up underneath, and he's coming around, and Winter, Wells trying to come around. Winter able to get the arm free. Here comes 2 points, though, for the near fall again. So this lead extends to 11-0 for Cal. Down inside of 10 seconds to go in the match. 11-0 lead for Cal Wells of Broken Bow. And Braden Winter working hard underneath, just not able to keep up with Wells, and Wells takes the major decision to the bank.
Again, we want to say thanks to the Garden Center helping us with our coverage tonight. The Garden Center is always prepared with the items you may need, no matter what time of year it is, because they are your year-round Garden Center. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5:30, and open on Saturday from 10 until 2. You'll find them just 1 block south off Highway 2 in Broken Bow, just turned by the Tumbleweed Cafe. Proud to sponsor sports coverage on the radio, the Garden Center in Broken Bow.
And we're out on 220 pounds here. Hagan Campbell, the representative for Broken Bow, the junior, with a 12-7 record. His opponent is sophomore Cole Atkinson. 5-13 Cole is for Gothenburg. Just underway. Atkinson coming up on the head there, but Hagen Campbell able to get free from that situation. Squares up. Hagen breaks free. 30 seconds in. No score. Atkinson, the taller of the two guys here. Campbell moves to his right. Campbell fakes a little shot straight on. We'll see if Atkinson's trying to come around here on a little 2-on-1 action there on the arm. Not able to do much with it. Campbell breaks free from that. Inside of a minute to go. There's a low shot. Nice shot by Campbell. He comes around. Really nice shot. You don't see that from 220-pounders a lot. And then Hagen comes up and cracks a crossface. Goes right into a corkscrew. And he's got Atkinson in some trouble here. 30 seconds to go. We'll see if Hagen's able to cover. There it is, the fall. At a minute 33 of the match, your winner by fall is Hagen Campbell, a broken bow.
Of course, Hagen Campbell getting into the action here on the varsity level with Kiefer Anderson, who we would usually see for broken bow at 220. He not available tonight, so Hagen comes out, gets the win by fall at 220 pounds. So that brings us to our second to last match of the duel as we get to see Sawyer Bumgarner for the first time tonight as he comes out for broken bow at 285 pounds.
And I believe this is Jacob Olson for Gothenburg.
I think you're right.
Olson is he's a big, rangy built 285-pounder. And he's had a good season. The junior's 18-5. And right now, I've got a post in my way. I'm not sure how it got scored.
I saw two.
You did see two.
I had the post in my way too, but I saw two. But now the officials are going to talk about it.
The 2 is up there for Olson, and it looks like the officials talked about it and they agreed with the call originally made. So Sawyer Bumgarner is going to go in the bottom position, trailing 2-0. 26 seconds into the match. Jacob Olson, the taller of the two, which for Sawyer, that's not always new news to him. A lot of 285-pounders are taller than him, but there, Sawyer does a good job of getting to his feet, squaring up. Now he comes around, he gets his reversal. Good movement there by Sawyer off the bottom. Ties the match up at 2 apiece as we approach that 1-minute mark of the first period. A lot of action here at 285 in the first minute. Sawyer gets the arm pulled back. It looks like he'd like to work a little head lever action. Oh, he's going to just take a wing and he's going to drive that over. And Olson's trying to roll through it, and he's only going to get halfway through it. And this might be the end right here. Bumgarner right after the fall here. And there it is. Wow. Minute 20 into the match. Your winner by fall, Sawyer Bumgarner.
Boy, good start by Olson. Got the early 2 points, but then Sawyer able to get him to his back, and Bumgarner will win by fall as Broken Bow continues to extend their lead in the duel. The team score now 60-12 in favor of Broken Bow, and that now is going to bring us to our final match of the night, which happens at 106 pounds.
And we have Chauncey Watson of Broken Bow, undefeated 6-pounder for Broken Bow, and Abel Flores for Gothenburg. Abel a junior, and Abel a worthy opponent here at 15-6. Chauncey 21-0 on the year. Chauncey takes a little fake shot, now comes in, ties up. Watson is a big 6-pounder, a lot of arms and legs. And I think Chauncey right now is ranked in number 6 maybe in Class B at 106 pounds. Maybe number 5. He's in the ratings though, as he should be. He's had a really good year. These two guys are mixing it up a little bit here though. Down to 1:10 to go in the first period. Watson's taking a couple fake shots. Hasn't really committed to one. Flores sprawls back as Watson takes another one of those fake shots, drops down. Chauncey works a little drag action there, gets in on the body. We end up out of bounds. Minute 10 gone here in the first period. No score at this 106-pound action. Last match of the night. Last match of this duel, last match of the night. Again, Watson takes a little fake shot. Flores just keeps squared up. Watson controlling the wrist. Flores trying to square up with him. Watson trying to dig that in. You see Flores wears a little shoulder brace there. Velcro shoulder brace on that right shoulder. Down inside of 10 seconds, wrestling along the edge. We go out of bounds. We'll stay neutral. We have 6 seconds to go before this first period's out. We have no score. Flores has done a good job of staying square with Chauncey. There, Chauncey got himself a little extended. Flores immediately comes in and tries to cover the head, but the period ends. So as I said, Abel Flores is a worthy opponent here. Abel's choice, he's going to defer, and Chauncey immediately goes down. So Chauncey gets himself set. Here comes Abel. Mounts up on the right side, and here we go. Watson pods himself up, still has his hands on the mat. Flores trying to scrub heel that near ankle, trying to take that away. Now Watson gets his hands off, trying to peel the hands. Good balance by Chauncey. And Flores finally just says, take your one. So that's the escape is the first points of the match. 15 seconds into the second period, Watson with the 1-0 lead. Wrestling right in the middle of the mat, up on their feet. Watson paw on the head, drops down on the single, gets the single up. Flores has the whizzer in. Watson comes down to his knees. Chauncey's trying to keep those feet in, but he's not able to do it. And we'll come back in, and we'll come back in on the neutral. That was really a nice shot by Watson, though. Got down on the single, just didn't quite get it finished up. And, hey, credit Flores. Good job with his whizzer. There's a shot by Flores. He's in on a single leg now. Watson has the whizzer. Now Watson's trying to tie up Flores. He's got a near side head. He's got the near side leg laced in. He looks up at the official. He'd like to get some points. Mr. Pfeiffer signaling there are no points here. And we're going to get a stalemate. That was a good tie-up by Chauncey. If Chauncey would have been able to get inside the near armpit, that would have been two, but he couldn't do it. Couldn't get off the head or he'd lose the position. So we come back to a neutral. 50 seconds to go here in the second period. Watson's escape, the only points of the match. Up on our feet. You can hear Coach Schaaf encouraging Chauncey, try to pick up the pace a little bit, wants him to get after things a little. Takedown here by either wrestler would really be important as you go into that third period. 1-0. There's Watson on a low shot, in on the single, and he dumps Flores. He dumps him to his back. Not only does he get two, he's going to pick up back points, and we'll see if Abel's able to get off of his back, and he does. Wow, that came quick. Two, and then here comes the three for the near fall. 6-0 score. Watson jumps out to a 6-0 score. And now he cranks over Abel Flores. Comes up and attacks the head, and the period runs out. We'll see what kind of count we have there.
Wow, what a finish to the period by Watson.
He just took after it and picked up three more there and makes it 9-0. So what was a 1-0 match, really close.
Yeah.
In 25 seconds, completely changes complexion. It's 9-0 now. It looks like Abel Flores of Gothenburg is going to take that neutral spot.
Yeah, that's what a 5-point move can do to a match, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. and good kids, when they see things like that, they really attack it. Flores was right in the match, and now suddenly finds himself down by a major. And you get a warning for stalling here as Flores just backs out as Watson comes straight on to him. In Flores' defense there, I'm not so sure where else is he going to go. You get charged by a bull, you usually want to go away from it. So you're about 35 seconds into the third period. There's that little drop-down shot. Watson, he drops down, then wants to look for a shot in on the legs. But really, he's come down on a single leg more than anything. Chauncey's intense, and I like it. He's usually taking ground, moving forward. But credit Flores. He's he just got caught there in those situations. But he's done a good job here. The score is not going to indicate how tough a match this has been. Wrestlers kind of hand fighting here now. We're down to about 45 seconds to go in the match. Watson brings everybody back to center. Abel just follows him in. Flores still looking to score, still looking to try to get on the board. And there, Watson gets down on that single leg, and he's kind of got his rhythm going now. And Abel looks like he's maybe got wore down just a little bit, but that little single leg makes it 11-0. Watson riding tough on top. Chauncey's got a good motor, and right now it's running at full steam. Abel's wrist tied up underneath. 14 seconds to go in the match. Watson trying to get that right hand half in. He's got the arm there. Man, he turned Flores here. He's getting back count. He's got 2 points earned, and that's the way the period's going to end. So a ward of 2 here for the near fall makes the final score 13-0. But again, Watson really worked hard throughout the match, but I thought Abel Flores, that score doesn't indicate how well he did wrestle in the match.
So Broken Bow's going to win the duel. Your final score is 64-12. As Broken Bow picks up wins in the triangular tonight, winning over Valentine earlier and now winning over Gothenburg in our final duel of the night. We'll take a short 30-second timeout. When we come back, we'll recap the action from this Broken Bow Gothenburg duel and then conclude our coverage of tonight's wrestling competition. We're back after this.
There's 2 things you can always count on to tell the truth. One is a pair of yoga pants, and the second is me when I'm talking about Downey Drilling in Kearney, Lexington, or Garden City. I would not fib to you about something as important as your irrigation systems, and that's why I recommend the Downey Drilling team for any service work, efficiency testing, or new well construction. They're licensed in 8 states, Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, Iowa, Wyoming, South Dakota, Oklahoma, and Texas, pretty much anywhere there's water. Go to DowneyDrilling.com for the number of the shop nearest you. Downey Drilling, a tradition of excellence for over 5 decades.
And we come back to wrap it up from here at the Broken Bow Middle School Auditorium. Let's recap the final duel of the night now between Broken Bow and Gothenburg as Broken Bow wins it by a final score of 64-12. We started at 113 pounds where Wilson Suso-Zinn of Broken Bow won by technical fall over Caden Margaret's of Gothenburg. At 120, William Moniger winning by fall over Tyler Trumbley. At 126, Braylon Ryan-Nearson of Broken Bow got the win by fall over Christopher Flores. At 132 pounds, big win for Trayton Holbert, filling in for Broken Bow at 132 tonight. He got the win by fall late in the match against Ty Crease of Gothenburg. 138 pounds, good match for Austin Chestnut of Gothenburg, got the win by fall over Amarian McFarland of Broken Bow at 138. Ty Hotston of Gothenburg at 145, winning by fall over Dakota Baum. At 152 pounds, Jack Myers of Broken Bow gets the win by 4-1 decision over Jamison Smith in really what was one of our better matches of the evening. At 160, Zach Gaffney of Broken Bow got the walkover. Leighton Lindner of Broken Bow unopposed at 170. At 182 pounds, Max Denson of Broken Bow got the win by fall over Maxwell Wyatt of Gothenburg just 61 seconds into the match. At 195 pounds, Cal Wells a major decision over Braden Winter. At 220, Hagan Campbell got the win by fall over Cole Atkinson. At 285 pounds, Sawyer Bumgarner winning by fall over Jacob Olson of Gothenburg. And then in the final match of the night, Chauncey Watson major decision over Abel Flores of Gothenburg at 106 pounds. So Broken Bow wins the duel over Gothenburg 64-12 the final. Broken Bow picks up wins against Valentine and Gothenburg in the triangular tonight. It was Valentine winning the middle duel against Gothenburg in a close one. 41-39 was the final of that duel. Well, as we wrap it up, Mr. Kurt Crowley, your final thoughts on the night.
Well,
I'll turn your microphone on, and now you can answer me.
That helps me gather my thoughts.
Okay.
Gives me a little time there.
All right.
I thought that the wrestling was good, and as we said before, we didn't get to see some of those marquee matchups, but I thought the kids were put out on the mat, gave a good effort. And, if you're that guy wrestling behind somebody, that's your opportunity to shine. And we saw some of those kids shine, and even in defeat, gave a good effort and kept working hard. And the depth of Broken Bow came through tonight, and it showed up, and that's why you want that depth, and that's why you have it.
Yeah. Before we go, we can let you know that earlier tonight at the Broken Bow High School gym, they're playing a girls and boys basketball doubleheader between Broken Bow and Kearney Catholic. In the girls matchup, wow, what a win. Broken Bow wins over Kearney Catholic 65-29 was the final there. So congratulations to Broken Bow, who picks up their 10th win of the season on the girls' side in high school basketball action. Quick reminder for you, we'll be in Wood River tomorrow night to follow Broken Bow basketball as the Indians take on Wood River in a girls and boys basketball doubleheader. Girls game will tip off at 6 with the boys game to follow. We'll have them both on the air for you tomorrow night on KBBN, and we also plan to do a live video stream of those games for you tomorrow night as well. Before we go, just want to say thanks again to this wonderful list of sponsors that we had bringing you wrestling coverage tonight. We want to say thanks to these businesses who brought you coverage on the radio. They were Costa Styling Salon, Power Solutions, Gothenburg Realty, Gateway Motors, Tumbleweed Cafe, Geared for Sports, Trotter Fertilizer, Duda Plumbing, T-Walkers on Main Street in Gothenburg, Broken Bow Livestock, Gothenburg Dental, Lashley Land, Pony Express Chevrolet, First State Bank of Gothenburg, State Farm Insurance, and Downey Drilling. Also radio coverage brought to you by Nebraska State Bank, Grocery Cart, Rods Body and Paint, Arrow Seed, Team Physical Therapy, Mead Lumber, Trotter Service, Shelter Insurance, Custer Federal State Bank, A to Z Lawn Pro and Landscaping, Squire Septic Service of Myrna, Agland ATV, Bruning Bank, and Sargent Irrigation. And if you enjoyed our live video stream tonight, say thanks to these video sponsors. They include Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Colligan, Del Moniger, and Tim Wright in Broken Bow, Broken Bow Livestock, Lashley Land, Geared for Sports, Insurance of the Heartland, Palmer Monument, and Lines Appliance. Our video stream also brought to you by Agland ATV, Meat Lumber, Grocery Cart, Nebraska State Bank, State Farm Insurance, First State Bank of Gothenburg, Pony Express Chevrolet, Duda Plumbing, Trotter Fertilizer, Gateway Motors, Gothenburg Realty, and Power Solutions. A big thanks to all of the sponsors making our coverage possible tonight. That's going to wrap it up for this evening. For all the sponsors that made it possible, for Kurt Crawley, I'm Brent Apperson. Thanks for listening, everybody.